Good
Good
evening.
evening. How is everyone?
What's up? Happy Sunday, guys. Hope
So
everyone had a
glad
beautiful
that
week.
look at Aisha hair, y'all. Isn't that hair laid? I love it, girlfriend. I
Thank
love it.
you. Thank
And I
you.
love that Uncensored Mind t-shirt.
Mhm. Hey, guys.
Okay. So for those of you who don't have your Uncensored Mind t-shirt, yeah, I have it, y'all. I am representing Friday Night Lights tonight. But I do have my Uncensored Mind t-shirt. So if you don't have yours yet, what are you waiting for? Get on board and get your Uncensored Mind t-shirt. But for now, we are going to get ready to have a fantastic show for tonight. Y'all know how we do. We always bring the fun. But first, we're going to have just a little bit of affirmation of maybe word of wisdom. Do y'all think the Karen D can give you a word of wisdom?
Yes,
I'm going to
yes.
give it a try anyway. Each morning when you get up, your day is what you make your day to be. Now, if you decide that you're going to have a bad day, well, then you're going to wake up with that on your mind. And even if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, go back to sleep, girl. Boys, men, women, go back to sleep and wake up on the other side of the bed. In other words, wake up on the other side of the moon because your day is going to be exactly what you choose for your day to be. So if you choose to have a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. But if you choose to have a great day, you're going to have a fantastic day. But for tonight, let's get ready to have a fantastic, uncensored mind and let's have some fun. You guys ready? Let's go.
Yes. Yes, yes. I'm ready. Hey, now.
Hopefully
Hello, the
everybody
mayor.
hopefully everybody out there has had a good week. Um we all are here, the gang's here. You already know T will be upon us probably in about a half an hour from now. So we'll welcome the four of us pretty soon. But let's get started. So you ladies look beautiful this evening.
Thank
If you don't mind,
you.
I
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Um
you. You look rather handsome yourself there, sir. I'm sure all the ladies will agree.
don't do that.
Exactly. Especially in red. He looked great in red. Don't y'all think?
Thank you. Um a little under the weather. Sinuses is really kicking my behind. Went to the doctor yesterday. Found out I got a sinus infection and bronchitis. So just kind of dealing with that. So if I seem a little, a little down tonight, energy a little low, just attribute to that. I'm gonna try my best to dig deep and bring, my usual self, but I'm working with a little crutch this evening. So, let's get into the icebreaker question of the day, right? And the icebreaker question is as followed. Is it cool slash okay for men to sing female raunchy rap lyrics out loud in public? For an example, here's one. My pussy speak English. What they say? My pussy speak English, Euro, and French, Spanish, and French. See, I don't know. I don't know, but stuff like that. Or um, what's another one? KD, what's another lyric that you like to listen to by Big Lotto? Big energy. Is it cool walking around singing that?
You know I love that big energy. That big dick energy.
Big dick energy. How y'all ladies feel about that? Since y'all two ladies, how y'all feel about hearing men walking the streets, rapping, or if you're in a car with someone and they're rapping or singing along to raunchy female lyrics?
Well, I think it's a time and a space for everything. Um,
Mhm.
and so, I don't know why I would feel like, okay, it's cool in some aspects, and then other aspects or times it might not necessarily be appropriate. But it's artistry, and no matter how they slice up and serve up those lyrics, it draws people in. And so people are going to, cling to it. It's going to be catchy, and it's going to be something that they're going to vibe to and repeat. So, therefore, I just feel like it's a time and a place for everything.
What you think, KD?
Some of them I do find repulsive. I'm not going to even lie. And if I find it repulsive, I just choose not to listen to it. But now some of it has a great beat. And those that have a great beat, I will Google it and search for the clean version because I like to work out to the music. Um, but I will not be blasting it around people. Is more or less having respect for myself as well as the people around me. Um, I mean, I like um, like each say, it is an art. And I do know that some of those artists, most of them rather, they are singing what they are told to sing. So I don't hold it against them, but it is my choice whether or not to play it. And some of them I just will not play because it seems a little repulsive to me. And if it seems
All right.
repulsive, I won't listen.
We got some questions from the audience. We got somebody special in our audience right now. I don't know if y'all can see that, but this person right here is asking, not you, KD, if a guy is saying it. How are your feelings if you're hearing a guy rapping or singing along to those raunchy female lyrics?
Oh, if I hear a guy singing or calling the girl on her name, I will not listen. I don't listen. Not at all. Mm-mm.
What about a party or a club? Is it acceptable at a party or a club?
It may be for some, not for me.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna cut some bullshit. I listen to the female raunchy lyrics. Occasionally, I might bob my head. I might sing a line or two. So, color me bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not out in the
No, it's
street
your choice.
Yeah.
rapping it hard and loud. Again, you know what I mean? That's just my plate, my thing. But if I'm in the car and a song come on and I like it, I'm gonna say a couple lines. I ain't gonna say the whole rap. I might say a couple lines that's catchy, but
Yeah.
I probably would. You catch me, rapping along to it a little bit or singing along to it. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable with myself at the end of the day. So,
Right.
I know what I got, what I'm going home to or what I got going on. So some lyrics in the song ain't going to challenge my manhood or anything like that. But I don't think that was the question. I think the question more or less had to do with respect,
Mm.
right? And we're going to touch on a number of topics that have to do with respect tonight, right? We're going to talk. We got some special guests coming through here to speak on our platform at Uncensored Minds. We're going to talk about what happened this week in and around the world, and then you already know we have our big topic of the evening, and then also we have Karen's Corner. So we have a great, great show planned for you this
Yes.
evening. Sit back and enjoy it. This is episode 80. We chugging along. People. I can remember when we were in our infancy stages. I wasn't even around back then for that.
Mm-hmm.
But we had now, and we doing major things. So continue to support the podcast, support us by liking and sharing the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, share it with your family. Uncensored Minds, this is the reason why we come on at 9 o'clock a lot of the times, because we have individuals in different time zones. And we want them to be comfortable on a Sunday, not rushing, not getting ready for your upcoming work week. We want you to already be set down, comfortable, and chill. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. If y'all at a barbecue, it's summertime outside. It's nice. It's getting warm. Sitting around a barbecue or sitting outside chilling, throw us on. You know what I mean? YouTube. Or if you're going throughout your daily grind, Monday through Friday, throw us on Spotify or Apple Music. You can catch us on there every day of the week. All right. So let's get into some of these comments before we move on. To each his own, says Cynthia. You know what I mean? Another one of our top fans here. She said, to each his own. I just keep moving away from the sound. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at that. Ebony, a friend and family to the show. Another one of our top fans said, back in the day, I was all in with the music anytime, but now that I have kids, my view has drastically changed. I want y'all ladies to touch on that, being that y'all mothers.
Mhm.
How y'all feel about, what I mean, the way the lyrics have changed so much, today.
Yeah, that's tough. A lot of the
Yeah.
younger kids are listening to the music and they're adopting, what they see and hear from music videos to social media, and how they all tie into the music. So, for a certain age range, I think that it's important to try to keep that type of music away from them as much, but it's kind of hard, especially with social media and stuff now. It's just spread so wide, you know what I mean? And it's hard to kind of contain it. Um, but I feel like, after a certain point in age, they're going to make their own music selections and they're going to listen to, what they choose to listen to. But I think it's really tough now with the kids and the type of music that we hear.
Absolutely. One last
Um,
comment. Go ahead, Kay.
I do agree with you on that, Aisha, but when you think about it, we tend to go back to the music that we heard our parents listen to. You know what I mean? So if you are a parent that listens to that music, well, then yeah, they're going to naturally gravitate towards it because even though we had our own music back in the day, we still tend to go back to the music that our parents listened to. That's what we gravitate towards. And, we would know whether or not that would be acceptable for parents. So, as a parent, yeah, I can understand not wanting to listen to that type of music around your children because they are so impressionable. And
Mhm.
even though they are impressionable with the outside, they know what their parents do or do not want to do. So I think they would more than likely, have the respect not to listen to it around their parents up until a certain age.
Right, right.
Diana said, regardless, it's some music that her children listen to that she likes to bop to while she's cleaning, or even a clean version. So again,
Yeah.
the topic of this show hinges upon respect. So we're going to talk about that several different times this evening. So without further ado, we're going to turn it on over to Karen, and she's going to introduce our special guest.
So tonight we have a very special guest. She is extremely special to me, of course, a great friend of mine. Um, her name, I would just say Ro. And Ro is the type of woman, she exudes respect, but she's also the type of woman like me, we can get a little slick at the mouth, but she know when to get slick at the mouth. She's an actress, she's an acting coach, and she is my personal mentor. She has been on shows like Amsterdam, what else?
Powerbook.
Power Book, of course, Staircase, and so many more. So I'm gonna let y'all get to know Miss Rowe herself, Rowe Underwood. If you have to really know Rowe Underwood, yeah, you can Google the sister. You will find her. But here she is right now. She is a woman after
Hello.
my own heart, and of course, as I said, she is my acting mentor and a great friend of mine. Welcome, Ro, and thank you for
Welcome.
coming.
Yes,
Hey, thank
thank
you.
you.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. And Karen, I know you.
Pleasure to
So,
meet
Ro,
you.
the panel right here, you have the lovely Aisha right there, and you have the handsome Nell, and our other host who will be on shortly, the handsome T. I can't call that government name, Ro. I'll tell you why later.
That's, we all got to
We
go.
just like they just like to pick on me about calling their government name. But everyone, this is Ro, my friend.
Hey. Glad to
Wow.
be
So, Ro, you want to tell them a little bit of something about some of the shows that you be on, or something about what you do? You feel free to speak whatever you feel comfortable with speaking about.
I can give you a brief synopsis, but I've been doing this since I've been a SAG actor since 2006, so that's a lot to cover in this amount of time. So I think I just came to the platform. Most people know me from Raising Canaan, Power Book 3, but they don't recognize me, just like Karen didn't recognize me. But they don't recognize me. So I've been doing this since 2006. My acting goes back to The Wire. I started out as a stage mom and my son was on The Wire. And then I ended up, I think I was sitting in the green room one day and Ernest Dickerson, the producer, came in and said, I need a hooker. I looked around, there was nobody else in the room, and I was like, well, I ain't never been a hooker, but it can't be too hard. So I was a hooker that day. And what you don't know about me is I'm 6'2", so they picked me to be a recurring. I was bitten. I'd done acting in high school, but never thought of it as a career. And so after that, I started taking classes everywhere, New York, Atlanta, LA, wherever I could, and finally morphed it into a career and ended up doing, I think, I've done New Amsterdam, The Good Lord Bird, where I met Karen was HBO's The Staircase. My episode comes out, I think, in 2 weeks on June the 6th. And I played D.A. Tracy Klein. I've done Inventing Anna. I have another show called Sprung that will be out. It's to be determined, so I don't even know when it'll be out. But that's typically what I do. I guess I could open the floor to questions because for me, this is what I do, and I don't think anything of it. So if you have questions, if you want to know something, feel free to ask.
So
All
you've
right.
been on a number of shows that we all are familiar with. One of my all-time favorites. Most people would think I would say Power Book, but actually New Amsterdam. What was it like working with that cast and crew? That's one of my favorite shows. It's so it pulls at your heartstrings. So every episode it seems like.
I was season 2, episode 6, and it was the story about the church women, the car accident where the autistic girl wants an abortion and they wreck the van so that they can get their medical bills paid. And my character was Shanique O'Donnell. It's funny to me because I don't say a word on that show, but it is the second highest paid job I've ever had. My character was in a coma. So what they chose to put in, you just see me riding in on the gurney. You don't know I'm in the background for an entire week and a half on set. And people always say, well, you didn't speak on that one, but I auditioned. And so for me, it boils down to there are probably about there are 300 submissions for every role. There are about 30 people chosen to audition. They settle that down to 5. Those 5 compete for the role. So even though that was a non-speaking role, I had to breathe for that role. I actually had to audition. They didn't just say, oh, you breathe nice. I had to be the best person with a collapsed lung.
Nice.
And so that to me pulls at my heartstrings because on that particular day, I had 3 auditions at the same time. I had one for Manifest, one for FBI, and then the one for New Amsterdam. And when I left that audition, honestly, the audition was I had to go in, and all they gave me on paper was that she had difficulty breathing. So I go in, and I'm like, and the guy was like, no, do it again. I like that, but can you drown? I said, oh, I know how to drown. And the next thing you know, I was like, and they were like, okay. Before I got from New York through the tunnel to New Jersey, I had booked the role. So it wasn't like anybody gave me anything, but that was the most fun I had on set. I had to spend a week and a day on set there. I was ill, so every time they said cut, every time they said action, I went to sleep. Every time they said cut, I woke up.
Nice.
But they said I was the best coma patient they ever had.
We
So,
actually got a question from the audience before we
Yeah.
get to our panel's questions. Angela says, "What show or series did you enjoy doing the most?"
Oh, New Amsterdam pulls at my heartstrings because I booked, of those 3 shows I had auditioned for, I booked 2 that day. And so that was the second one that I booked that day. And it conflicted with the first one that I booked. So because it wanted me for longer periods of time, it's my favorite. However, I hold near and dear to my heart, Power. And the reason why is I actually originally auditioned for the role of Miss Andrews in episode 3. No, my playment of June Washington in episode 3, the mother of T, the one that Rock had killed. And so at that episode, I would have just been crying at the end of the show when she comes and asks me to pray with me. So I booked that role. As a matter of fact, I booked that role on March the 12th, right before the pandemic. And we shut down, I think, on the 13th. I forgot I auditioned for that role. And in October, they hit me up and said, hey, you booked it. And I was like, I didn't even audition for this. I forgot all about the audition. So I booked it and started going back and forth for COVID testing. We tested every other day. I lived in Maryland, so it was a 3-hour drive each way. And I did 5 tests, did great. We were going to film on December the 2nd. The week before Thanksgiving was my last COVID test. I tested positive. So I was replaced. Of course, I was bummed. I was like, God, I really wanted this role. This Power was my favorite show. I want to be on the show. But I learned not to look at anything as a bad thing. Because I had done such a great job on the audition, they said, we'll bring her back. So when they brought me back, I had to audition for the role of Miss Andrews, the nosy neighbor. When they brought me back, it was a recurse. So I went from not having a word to having a recurse speaking because I got COVID. And they waited the entire 90 days that they had to wait to get me. Now, I'll tell you that they called me every day. They sent me thermometers, COVID tests, anything I wanted. They were going to put me up in a hotel. So they took good care of me. So it has a special place in my heart. So those are my top 2. I'm not going to say I don't like the rest. I haven't seen the rest. Staircase hasn't aired. Sprung is my first comedy. New Amsterdam, you barely see me, but the check cleared. The Game I got cut from, but the check cleared. So I have a lot of favorites, but those are my top 2.
Nice. We got another question from the audience. The audience is real talkative tonight, which we like.
Good.
And this next question is coming from a special individual. So the question is real special. Hold up. I want to know, what fuck shit have you seen backstage?
Honestly, I haven't seen it, and if I had, it would probably be some fuck shit I did. At the end of the day, I haven't seen it, and I've been on a lot of sets. Truthfully, most of the time when I'm acting, they bring me in, they put me in my trailer, they put me in my room, and they don't call you out until it's your turn. So I may spend hours, and they may say, okay, well, we want you on set at 6 a.m. They come in, they get my makeup done, they take me and feed me, they put me back there, and that's it until they call for me to come forward. I don't intermingle with the other people. Now, I will say that on the set of New Amsterdam, we did. All the ladies, we all hung out like we really were those women on the church. But it was I ain't seen no fuck shit. If I did, I'd tell you, but there's nothing I can say that I've seen. I'll tell you this. I find it to be, I was a public school teacher at one point. Now that's where I saw the fuck shit. So,
Okay.
All right. Another question we have coming from Tara. What and who inspired you to get into acting?
My son. Like I said at the beginning, I was a stage mom, sitting backstage watching him, and then wanting him to win. And the boy don't want nothing to do with acting to this day. But watching him go hard and seeing his face with the gratification. Once I saw him go from this mild-mannered kid to somebody hated because he was acting, I was like, dang, that looks like, and then I saw the check, so that was even better. So it was like, I'll tell you, he was sitting in the car and he got his first check, and he was like, I made more money than you. I ain't been on set but a day. And he was right. And then what got me was he kept getting checks for years of work he did years ago. And I was like, that's what they do. I can do that.
One more question before we get to the panel. Did anything manifest with you on Manifest, Double Entendre?
Like I said, I manifested that when I walked out. So they're in the room for the audition. There were a lot of girls who looked like me. Now I'm 6'2", so that's my calling card. And most of the women in there were over 6 feet. And so what was funny was I walked out, and I'm not braggadocious in any way. And the girl who was with me, I was like, "Oh, watch me book 2 out of 3 of these roles." I said that before I got in my car to go back to Maryland, and lo and behold, I booked 2 out of 3.
Nice.
Nice. So, what would be your most challenging role thus far?
I'm waiting on that one. I'm waiting on that one. So I think what people fail to understand is it takes a minute to figure out. You always start at the bottom. Everybody's like, "Well, I want to be." They first got to know you can work on set. So it took me a long time to figure out who I was as an actor. I always took these pictures like, I'm a 6'2" woman. When I walk in the room, they stop it. And my voice carries a lot of weight. So I didn't understand that I was going to start always as an authoritative figure. At 6'2", I'm going to play up against men. So I had to first understand that and start taking pictures that marketed me towards that. And so being that is the case, I would get roles with my smiley face, and it conflicted with what I was auditioning for. So once I understood that, I now understand that I'm always going to come from a place of power. And so I'm still waiting on that challenging role, because I'm just, although I have some level of success, I'm just at the bottom of that success. It's still coming.
Nice. Well, another question from the audience is Sprung a series that's played off the movie?
I don't know. I've not seen the movie Sprung, but I will tell you that it is a pilot, and it stars the Hispanic girl from, why do I want to say Orange is the New Black? It is not. Hold on, let me get my glasses on. It's written by Jerry Garcia, Hispanic guy, but she played on Pose. That's what she played on. I'm sorry. It stars her, and it takes place over the pandemic. These convicts escape, and they're running for something. So I don't believe it is, and I'll tell you in a second. I have to go to my own IMDb page to get the information for you, so I apologize.
While you're looking at that information, we're going to read some of the comments from the audience while you gather that information. And this comes from Ebony. Ebony says, "Hi, Ro. I know I've never met you in person, but through Karen, I have heard so many amazing things about you. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend and mentor to my bestie. You rock."
You're welcome. Okay. Got it. All right. Well, you're welcome, Rock. Thank you, Karen, for saying nice things about me. I'm glad y'all give me my flowers on my
They're all true.
Absolutely.
Some days. Anyway. Some days they're not always true. Sprung is the show, like I said, with the girl from Pose, and it's a comedy. So I don't know if it's a spinoff, but I do not think it is. It's going to be airing on, as of right now, it's on Amazon or IMDb television.
Nice. I do have a question. Since you are so good at playing a collapsed lung patient, do you think you can teach me so I can utilize that tomorrow at work?
I actually was sick when I auditioned for it. Come to find out, I had walking pneumonia.
Wow.
Which is why every time they said cut, I went to sleep, because the medicine they had given me was it had a narcotic in it, and so I was taking it just to be able to. Luckily, I didn't have to talk, so I really was sick when I did it and didn't know it. I'm grateful because I booked the role, but still, because it was hard. You have to break the ceiling. I didn't audition for The Wire. Like I said, they walked in and needed a hooker, and then they made me a recurring cop. But the problem was, I joined SAG that day. It was at a time where after 3 shows, you had to join SAG. Once you join SAG, you can't build your resume with any non-union work. So now I'm stuck as a SAG actor with only The Wire, which is now shut down. I can't get a role unless it's a SAG project, and nobody wants to hire me because I don't have enough experience. I don't have no training. I just got The Wire and 2 acting coaches on my resume.
Nice. So what's next? What's next for you? What's some acting you have?
So I'm gonna be manifesting right now. I always say I want to be number 5 or below on the call sheet, but every time I say that, my spirit tells me number 2. And by that I mean I don't necessarily want to be the star of the show, but I want to be one of the essential cast on the show. When I said I wanted to do a co-star, I got that. When I said I wanted to recur, I got that. Now it's at the guest star and the series regular and the recurring regular. So I'm looking at those for my next things that I want to do. And so I've been working behind the scenes on making sure that I'm ready when those roles come. So hopefully, with episodic season rolling up on us now, come the end of July, it'll be Ro Underwood starring as versus the end credits where you see Ro Underwood as so-and-so. Not to say that those aren't the greatest things, but this is what I do for a living now. This isn't like something I'm just trying to do. They say after 10 years, you should become a household name. I'm not there yet. And a lot of that, I think, has to do with the people I selected to be in my circle. And for me, that boils down to teaching others to make sure that they are getting coaches who want clients and not customers.
Nice.
Is there any opportunity for you possibly getting on any of the other power shows just because they're all kind of, under the same umbrella?
They're very loyal, and they can bring any character with a name back. I haven't spoken to anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't even have the same managers that I had when I got that gig. Mm-hmm. It's right now, I don't think my career is at a point where I want a manager that's going to book me as a local hire. At this point, if 50 Cent is shooting in the city where I live, I'm good. But I was traveling from Maryland to New York every day to shoot. That's a lot. So everything's up for grabs. But at this point, I'm good if I'm on any of his shows. He's got a lot of shows coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So one last question that we
was come back and selling drugs or something or working for Rock. So I don't know how they would bring her back, but I'm not a writer. I'm just an actor.
Nice. So before we give you the flowers and wrap this up, we want to know, because we messy. We're messy. What is some fuck shit that you've seen as a school teacher?
Oh my gosh. I can't say what school system I worked in, but I've seen support personnel sleeping with students as soon as they graduate and turn 18. We had one girl whose father worked at the school, and she was in competition with another girl, and their motto was, "I love swallowing kids." We done had so much stuff going on till that's just kids and students, and then you got principals doing stupid stuff. Honestly, I'm just glad my kid ain't in school no more, because then I just have to go whoop somebody's ass.
Right.
That question came from our fourth.
Had the kids walking.
That question came from our fourth member of our show, T. Keller. That question came from the fourth member of our cast, T. He wanted to know. He likes to hear all those stories about fuck shit that's going on.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And that right there is very spicy. Who knew teachers were sleeping with students, and students were having swallowing contests? You know what I mean? It's wild out there, people.
On video.
Wow.
On video. Wow.
Told y'all the video was the way to go. We got to drop those nudes. But we truly appreciate you coming past Uncensored Minds and dropping a gem on us. We will support you from here on out. You are in our Hall of Fame. You already been gifted your star on the Uncensored Mind Walk of Fame. So thank you for being such an amazing guest. We much success to you and your son. In the future endeavors, we will be looking for you on, especially Amsterdam. That's my favorite show. Power, Sprung, and all the other things that you have in your future. So everybody throw them hearts up and them flowers up. We want to give Ro her flowers and show her love here on Uncensored Minds. Did anybody else want to say anything to Ro before we wrap up?
Of course. I was just waiting for everybody else to finish. Um, is everybody else finished? I mean, I know a lot already about Ro, but um, Ro, so that they will not get it confused. How hard is it to break out of background into principal roles?
So I think
I know how hard it is.
what happens is that people think I'm doing background work, and that's great, and it is great if that's how you want to make a living. But you have to understand that once they see you on that show, you cannot audition to be a principal on that show. So people, if you're struggling to make a living as an actor, that's cool, but you got to start weighing the options. For example, I did a Super Bowl commercial where they hired 4 of us to be principals. So, and if you know anything about commercials, a Super Bowl is a Class A commercial. That's the top of the line commercial because you know it's going to show nationwide, foreign, internet, everywhere down the line. So here, well, in Atlanta, in New York, extras make $150 a day for 8 hours. In Maryland, it's $125, and as you go further down south, it can go as low as $88 for 8. But what people fail to understand is you can do a commercial that's going to pay you $235 for that same 8 hours. Now you still have the option of doing a television show. So if you're an extra on, let's say, BMF, you can't, and they see your face and can make you out, they cannot audition you for that role. So you're now stifling yourself the same way I stifled myself by joining SAG. You're sticking yourself in a position of making yourself unavailable to shoot as a series regular or get that one-liner, because you got to get the co-star to get the guest star. You got to get the guest star to get the recurring. So you got to work your way up. It's very difficult to go from being background. I'm not saying not do it. I'm saying be selective about how you do it and how often you do it. And then people think, oh, well, I can just submit myself on Actors Access. Get yourself a manager. A manager will work with you when you have no credits and help you build credits, help you fashion yourself in a way that you can get an agent. They're going to take 15%. I'm not going to lie. And my manager was taking 15% in perpetuity. But they're going to take 15%, but they're going to help you with your auditions. They're going to submit you for things that you can't see on Actors Access. Because everybody's, well, I can see it on Actors Access. There's tons of work you can't see. And I can tell you for a fact, there are some agents who can't see some casting directors' auditions. So you get Joe Blow. He's an agent. And then you got the People Store. I'm not with the People Store. I'm just giving you a name that's familiar. The People Store. The People Store can see everybody's, because they're so good, they can see all the casting directors that put stuff out. But let's say, I'm going to make up a name just for the sake of being safe, that Greensmith casting director has decided that I'm only going to open up to the top 20 agencies in that city. But yours is number 21. That means your agent can't see those or submit for those spots. So going from background to principal is going to be difficult, especially if you don't have an agent or a manager. I say get a manager because a manager will take you when your resume is weak. An agent will be like, I'm going to need you to get some credits. Well, you can't get no credits if you don't have anybody submitting you for it. So you're running around in a vicious cycle. I'll tell you that the biggest mistake I made when I started was I was excited. Oh, I got me an agent. I'm going to do this. Some agents will take you and put you on the shelf and you'll never see the light of day. Or I had a coach who would tell me, oh, you're great. Had me busting in auditions thinking I'm doing the mess and found out I suck so bad they're not calling me back for 6 months.
Mhm.
So the reality of
And
the job, huh?
we need to make it clear that it's not as easy as saying that you need to get a manager. That's not. You have to work. It takes work to sell yourself in order
You
to
got
get a manager.
so they want to see that you can do it. You can get a manager who don't. It's not easy to get a good manager because managers are not governed by the union. So they taking 15, 20. If you're not union, they're gonna take 20%. And like I said, I had an issue with somebody taking 15% of all my money in perpetuity, and they had nothing to do with the deal. So you really have to, this is a business. You have to understand that this is a business and you have to go in it with a business mind. So the acting is the fun part. I don't know if you guys saw that exchange that was on Twitter with that casting director in Atlanta. Did you guys see
With
that at
who?
all? So one of the actors was venting about how Atlanta actors they're not fighting for Atlanta actors. And one of the top casting directors was going back and forth with them on Twitter. And in the comment, the casting director said, all you had to do is sit around all day for $1,000. Wouldn't you do that? And everybody felt like she belittled the amount of work. Because yes, you're going to make $1,000 for that day, but no one's looking at the fact that you're taking classes, you had to get headshots, all the money you spent behind the scenes. I'll say that once that exchange finished, they started looking at the way they think about things. But when you're looking at the grand scheme of acting, remember, this is a business. So when you're doing anything else in business, you do your homework. You make wise decisions. This is one of those things where you have to make wise decisions. I would be a lot further along if someone told me then what I know now.
Nice.
That's why I'm so blessed to have Ro to guide me.
Y'all know I huff and puff because I'm more like brown liquor with no chaser.
You want respect, huh?
I'm
Hmm.
not for everybody. I don't have time to waste. So I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser. You like it, you don't, you don't. I'm still going to breathe unless we fighting it out. So that's why I look at her like, she's like, thank you, but I know that I don't sugarcoat anything. So I appreciate you, Karen, for appreciating some of my delivery, because I know sometimes it isn't the best delivery, but it's always going to be the most honest one I can give you.
Well, like I say, we are. It is like looking in a mirror when it's looking in soul because my mouth, what come up is gonna come out. What I'm feeling, and we've learned that about each other. We have been friends on Facebook for a full year before we actually met each other. And like she said, when we saw each other on staircase, it's like we spotted each other at at the same time. She was like, and I was like, but we hit it off from the jump start. And I guess that is because I don't mind the bluntness. That's what I want. I don't want anybody to sugarcoat anything for me. Tell it to me like it is because I see the fight that I've had since 2019. And Ro know that I've shared with her that after this year, if certain things don't pop off, I'm going to let acting go altogether because it is not an easy thing to do. It really is not. Hours long, which hours don't bother me. Ro know how backgrounders get treated. We get treated like dirt. We have to take a whole lot and we get paid very little. It takes a passion.
So what you
And
got?
my passion is, huh?
I was gonna say, tell them because you're talking and people don't know. I'm an acting coach. I'm an on-set acting
Mhm.
coach for a #1 television series somewhere. I'm not at luxury to say. I will announce it sooner rather than later, but I'm waiting on them to announce the subsequent seasons, and so that I can open my studio. But I see it from the beginning to the end, and I know the difference. I've done background work. I've worked my way up, but I'm fortunate that um, I get to see a script from the moment it hits the paper to the time it's done to the end. And so that's what, when I'm telling Karen stuff, I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. When she's writing a letter trying to get an agent, take all that out. They're not going to read that. This is a business where everything moves at a fast pace. If you're trying to get an agent and you wrote a long thesis, they're not going to read that. If your email is more than 7, 8 sentences long, they're not going to read it. And you need to bold the important parts of it so that they'll get to the bullet points. They can just glance over it. I can tell you how many auditions I went to where the casting director is eating a sandwich while I'm over there working my butt off. One casting director in Atlanta, I flew into Atlanta for an audition for a great show. It was underground. And the casting director, who was my reader, I promise you, she's giving me my lines, and this is how she's going. And I gotta pretend like I heard what she said. and deliver my lines. She never opened her mouth. I didn't hear a word. And she was 8 feet away from me. And I can't see without my glasses. So I was like this. Oh, baby, he's just playing. Waiting for her lips to stop moving. So you got to be ready for anything. And that's why I said, you got to find you a coach that's creating clients for customers. Because the people creating customers going to keep coming back spending your money. I don't have time. I tell all my people, and I only got 5 mentees, I need you to get what I'm giving you right now, because one day I'm not going to be available. I'm going to be on set. You ain't calling me blowing up my phone, because I'm looking at my phone and keep working.
Nice.
Well, Ro, nice. And thank you so much, Ro, for taking time out to come and join us. I know you are a busy lady, and we hope to have you back again one day. But thank you so very much. And we will be looking out for you.
My pleasure. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
That was
Wow.
great.
Wow. You kidding me? One, it was inspiring.
Hmm.
Two, it was so impactful and so full of information. And it showed us the ins and outs of what, our favorite TV shows and stars go through on a daily basis. Ro,
Hmm.
Karen D sharing their expertise and letting us know what goes on behind the scenes. The glitz and glamour isn't always glitzy, but we get to the glamour, right? Thank you so much to Ro again. Again, we just inducted her into the Uncensored Mind Walk of Fame. That's another thing that she can add to her resume when she's going on these casting calls. Shout outs to everybody that's doing their thing. Big shout outs to. All right. So that's just one half of the show. We're gonna
Yes.
keep on moving along just because that's what it's supposed to be. So when you hear things like this, right? Roberta Dury, Aaron Slater, Celeste Chanel, Andre McNeil, Catherine Massey, Magnus Morrison, Hayward Peterson, Geraldine Talley, Ruth Whitfield, and Pearl Young. What comes to mind?
But they happen to be the victims of the
Yep.
Buffalo shooting.
Unfortunately, when we say those names, we have to put rest in peace behind it. Unfortunately, last week, their lives were cut short at the hands of an 18-year-old mass shooter, who went out and decided to take the lives of these innocent people while they were doing their shopping. It's such a bad thing because this gentleman knew what he was doing. He went into a predominantly black neighborhood and singled out those that were not his kind. They even have a video circulating on the internet of him seeing somebody who is of his likeness, which is white, and saying, sorry, I'm not here to kill you. That's crazy. And to take these innocent people's lives while they are doing their shopping is even more crazy. This world is coming to, it's in peril. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the shooting that happened in Buffalo last week at this time.
Yeah, it's too much. It's becoming, well, the hate crime itself, it happens a lot, some publicized, some not. And so, it's just very alarming that they continue to happen as worldwide and as big as they have been as of late. And then you just have the mass terror in general, which is, a hard pill to swallow as well. But this individual, um, he was actually going to go further past this store. Like, if he wasn't caught and
Was
he massacred all these people and wasn't caught, he was actually going to go to yet another store and do the same thing and take more lives. Like, it's just appalling to me how some of these people really generate this hate inside their hearts. And I don't know what it will take for people that are taught this way or how they're learned to have disregard for people not of their race or religion or whatever. What is it going to take for this hate to stop? I don't know.
Um, it's very disheartening because time and time over and over, with this, with the times that we live in now, everything is publicized because everybody has camera phones, and everything gets to us in seconds. And one of the things that stood out to me from seeing that was how the cops treated him after they got to him. This man had tactical gear on. If you know what tactical gear is, it's fully armored. He was fully armored from the top to the bottom, loaded with heavy machinery, and he went carried out this mass act. And then when the cops got to him, they treated him as if he was the victim, and they have him on video being arrested, and the cop asked him, "Was he okay?" The reason why that bothers me so much is I've been stopped by the police, just stopped in my own car, pulled out of my car forcefully. I didn't do nothing. I didn't have tactical gear on. I had a t-shirt on. I didn't shoot up a place. I was just driving down the street, and I was roughed up. But this guy went and took lives. And the first thing that they asked this kid was, "Is he all right?" That lets you know the imbalance of this world, the imbalance of our um, our judicial system, the imbalance of those that are put in place to serve and protect us, how differently they treat one from the other. Secondly, another thing that has grinded my gears is the 911 dispatcher. The young ladies on the phone calling into the police, getting help. The 911 dispatcher must have forgot her job. Someone called whispering. I've never dispatched in my life, but I know if somebody's calling whispering, 9 times out of 10, there's a problem. And she's telling her to speak up while you're whispering. Speak up while you're whispering. And hung up on the girl. The girl was like, "There's somebody in here shooting. And I don't want to be loud because he might come and get me." We got to do better as a society. We got to do better as a world. This is out of hand. And this right here is the telltale sign of a number of different things of what we will discuss tonight about respect and how there is a disconnect when it comes to us. KD, what's your thoughts?
It's very sad, very disturbing, scary. It's very scary. I am so glad that I don't have kids that I am raising today, but I do have grands, and it make me afraid to even take them into a store. I mean, what's to say that you don't have your kids at McDonald's and Playland and it doesn't happen? It's just becoming a very scary situation. The only thing that I can say, and a lot of people don't go to this nowadays, but prayer, because that's all that we have is prayer. You can walk out your door and someone can be waiting right there to just pick you off. It's the way of the world today because people have allowed Satan or the bad spirit or whatever, but they have allowed it to take their minds over. Um, People call me standoffish or whatever, but yeah, and I have gotten like that. I've become very standoffish, and when I do go out, I have this look about me that don't fuck with me. I'm just gonna be honest about it. I have the don't fuck with me look on my face because I am not welcoming to people who I don't know. Hell, I'm not welcoming to people that I do know but don't see on a normal basis. It's making it hard to even be a citizen of this world. It's scary. That's all I can say. It is a very scary place to be in. You have to cover yourself with prayer. When you don't have your guns, you got to cover yourself with prayer. It's scary.
Absolutely. Um, what can you say? It leaves you speechless. It literally leaves you speechless. Um, hence one of the reasons why every Sunday we come together and we talk so intently and we get so passionate about the topics when it has to do with togetherness, bridging the gap from men and women and bringing it back together as a whole. I remember coming home as a child, and when I stepped foot in the door, or my mother came home from work, she asked me, "What did you learn in school today?" or "What did you learn today?" This has taught me that life is so precious, and no matter, even if you're putting yourself in the most safest situations, or you're living by the book and by law, nothing can safeguard you from idiotic behavior of those out there that are looking to create havoc. So this is why we promote togetherness and bridging those gaps, mending those fences, because you never know when this could be the last time that you spoke to somebody. You know what I mean? You never know. This could have been the time when a simple "I'm sorry" or "I understand" or "okay," just to get back in our good graces, because might never see this person again or have that opportunity to say sorry to them. It just helps you rationalize things and put it in perspective, because these 10 victims will never be able to see or hear their loved ones again, and vice versa, right? So the only thing that we can do is pray, right? And look at this as a sign from God to say, let me make things right where I need to make things right at. Let me, you know, do everything I got to do to mend fences wherever I need to mend them, because I never know when this could be the last opportunity I get to spend with this person or talk to this person or whatever the case may be. Ish, what else? What other you got on this topic before we bring tea into the conversation?
Yeah. No, I just think it's such a tragedy, and prayers to all the families of the victims. And also, did you guys hear that Ben Crump is really pushing to have what is it called? The anti-hate crime bill, so that individuals such as this fucknut that did this, would be charged with, pretty much a hate crime, terrorism, but according to racism, etc. So I think that'll be good to see if he, in fact, gets the opportunity to pass that bill and really, be the speaker of, many people in these type of situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What else,
Mhm.
kid?
I just say stay prayed up, Neil. I'm speechless. I mean, that's all I can say is I am truly speechless. I don't listen to news for that reason, because it brings me down just to hear it. It doesn't make me any less sympathetic for the family. It really does not. And I pray for each and every one of the family members, because I know that they have to live with that for the rest of their lives. They are probably very paranoid now themselves about ever going into a store. I mean, my prayers to the family and the area itself. And all that I can say is, people, just please stay prayed up. And like Neil say, don't never take it for granted that you're going to see your loved ones when they leave the house. Always let them know that you love them.
What's up?
All right, that was a great topic that we discussed right there. As you can see, the four of us are back together as one. Now, if you haven't noticed, 3 out of the 4 of us are in gear. T's wearing the black, Aisha has on the white, and I'm sporting the red with our names on it.
All right, I just want to say,
Karen's right down in the corner.
we go glaze right past Katie's.
Excuse me for trying to support one of the members. I would not do it again. Excuse me.
Don't let's not talk crazy, right? We didn't say yet what you had on was out of pocket. We were just showing that Uncensored Minds t-shirts are available and they come in a variety of colors and different styles. T has on the original, Aisha has on the original, and I'm sporting the newest one with all 4 of our names on it. But thank you so much for repping Friday Night Lights.
Oh no, I keep it out.
Someone didn't say
not a problem. I can keep it out.
We just said 3 out of the 4 cast members are rocking Uncensored Minds shirts, which are now available. They are available for purchase. They come in all colors and sizes. KD.
I mean, I only have the originals anyway.
Video, man. Make sure everybody likes and shares the video. We're using the hashtags Uncensored Minds, and shout out to the S Gang. S Gang, what's up? I don't know if anybody, what are we doing here? This is like Good Morning America.
It's rough today.
I hope to change this shit from Good Morning America. This is Uncensored Minds. So what's up, S Gang? What the fuck is going on? What are we doing? Let's get
shit starter in the house.
Let's get to the shenanigans.
Let's get to the shits, man. What I want to say about this white boy, right? This is another instance. Like this is like a Saya, we'll get you a shirt. Just inbox me or no, we'll get you a shirt. So this is another instance where they wait until something happens, because this guy has been on the internet. He's done other things besides this that will put him on the list of people to watch. But just like in domestic occurrences, they sort of wait until you do something, and then they'll approach you instead of trying to prevent this from happening. So he's been very voiceful on social media. He's been there's a lot of evidence that suggested that this was going to happen sooner or later. So they could have prevented this, but they waited until it was too late. So even them, just kindly arresting him like he stole a bag of chips or some shit is like blatantly disrespectful to all of us as Black people.
Yeah, absolutely. Look how they came and arrested them boys down in Atlanta, Georgia, right? The Young Thugs and the Gunners. They came and got them boys. They came and got them from their homes. They arrested them with force, and holding them without, recognizance. But this guy right here, as you said, they had intel. When you got intel about people being able to going out on sprees like this and killing people, that's crazy.
Right.
He ain't have aspirations of going to go steal a shirt out of Macy's. This man was going to go kill people. So that's how right there the system is flawed and it's disrespectful to our people.
Yeah, they say he was scoping out the store and stuff too, like jotting down like the times that people came in, more Black people, or how many Black people versus white. So he definitely was doing that, and they thought he was panhandling or something, I believe. And so they just kind of were like, oh, just leave the store. But he was giving signs, like he said, through social media, through his presence in the store, through all of that stuff. It's crazy.
Playing out premeditated.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
just like Ted said, we got to come together. We're at war, KD.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta stop. You gotta strategize and stop being divided. And he's saying that because you sitting here with one color shirt on. That's from Tez's mouth, not ours.
Wait. I'll get them for you, KD. I'll get them for you.
Tez said that. not us. But again,
Look, I'm about to change shirts. Don't worry, I'll be changed in just a minute.
We support Plight's here too.
Right. Rest in peace to all those victims. And
hey, T, what's up, T?
We got to do better. I'm ready for the shit.
What's going on, T?
I'm here and I'm ready for the shits, man. I've been listening while I was on the road, and y'all was over here sounding like Good Morning America, and I was like, this is Uncensored. What the fuck are we doing? Like,
to my defense, I'm fighting allergies.
Go ahead.
He's fighting bronchitis.
What's up?
Karen is just lovely as ever. Just
sitting over there quiet. Sitting over there quiet.
Chilling.
Crazy.
I'm sniffling, trying not to sneeze.
Spending too much time around each other. I got freaking sinus infection and bronchitis. You got bronchitis. Aisha's about to get bronchitis. It's crazy.
I don't know what y'all people doing in Philly. Thank God I'm not there.
It's how the weather switches, every day. It's like
it's crazy. It's gonna be like
100 degrees in the daytime, and then it's like 20 degrees at night, and then it's like pouring down, raining. It's like a whole lot of shit going on. It's bad allergy season for us right now. Yeah. But I do have some things to address, because we never, reiterate things that have happened on this show before. So I do want to say, in the case of Meg Thee Stallion, who I love. And even though she raps about the same thing every time, I think she's a good rapper. I still love Meg, but it has come out that is not a bullet wound. That was, the doctor said that was a glass, injury. So she didn't get shot. So all that running around saying she got shot is like, no. So we got.
She didn't get shot.
Yeah, y'all
from the gate. I know what a bullet wound looks like, and that wasn't a bullet wound.
Wow.
So the doctor came out and said,
well, what took us so long to come out? Like, it's months and months and months later.
Court documents.
Court documents. Okay.
Yes, documents make everything official.
Right. It's still a court case. And I also want to say that in the Mike Tyson case, there will be no charges filed against Mike Tyson for whipping that bull stag on the airplane. So,
yay!
Congrats to Mike Tyson, because
I'm playing with that.
That bull needed his ass whipped. So it is what it is. That bull needed his ass whipped. It is what it is. And also from last week's show, as people were coming for me and my brother down there in a good red shirt, saying that we just want women to shut up and we don't want to answer no questions, I just want to simply say, ladies, you don't mind the questions, just simplify it. That's all we ask. This is the thing that women do, right? They'll be like, where were you? I haven't talked to you this long. And they'll ask like 50,000 things when all they have to do is say, I miss you. When can I see you? That's all. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do all that running around. Just get to the point. That's all. That's all we need, ladies. That's all we need. But
also, we got to address one more thing too.
What's up?
Ladies, we love you here.
Right.
We are not female bashing. Please do not take it as that. If you felt like we were bashing females, we apologize. Right. We love you. Fact. We love you. Fact. We love you.
Fact. We just here to help. We just trying to help. We just trying to help everybody, man. We got to help each other. And it's a give and take. We got to help each other.
I'm confused right now, though.
What's up?
It seemed like KD is sinking.
I'm just chilling.
Fix your screen.
I am chilling.
Put your phone up.
I am laid back.
Karen gotta fix your camera.
Look, Katie got her rose over there, so she don't want us to see what's going
on. I am laid back. No, I was making sure that the shirt didn't show. I am laid back. I am laid back.
Katie, get up in the frame. Get up in the frame, Katie. We don't need to see that much of the blue curtain.
Y'all can see my face.
Get up in the frame.
Katie, you know we are being sponsored by Pornhub. They need to see
They gotta see a little something. Katie.
Oh, okay. Now I can put on my robe. I'll put my robe on and show it off in a minute.
Get up
and
Katie.
Say what?
Get up in the frame, KD.
Get up and do what?
Get up in the frame, KD.
I am in the frame, T. I am just laid back. I'm just
Nah,
laid back.
Yeah,
we love KD here, so
what is happening tonight, man? See,
I'm
Listen,
chilling.
I'm gonna do what I want to do.
yo,
I am laid back. Y'all see this? I am
every
laid
week,
back.
every week
I
I want
am laid
to.
back.
Every week I
Okay,
want to.
Pornhub. Y'all see that ass? There it is.
They over there showing their ass.
Okay, y'all happy now?
Yeah.
Y'all happy now? I just showed Pornhub the ass.
What is happening?
The ratings gonna go up.
Listen, y'all. Every week I come on and I'll be like, I don't want to mess with KD. I don't want to start with her tonight.
But you can't have it, can you, T?
But then
You
she
can't have it.
always does some other shit.
You can't have it, can you?
Every week.
Karen, I love it.
Every week.
I love it.
But we got to move on because we have, very important topics to get into. So which side of this fence do y'all want to start on first? Which side of this fence?
Let us start off with. We should start off with the RESP.
All right, we're gonna start off with respect, I guess. What's up, people? So let me know what respect looks like to you, what it means to you, how does it affect you during your family, and how does it affect you during your relationship or whatever work. However, whatever respect means to you, let me know what respect means to you. So who wants to go first?
let's let the ladies go first.
I go first. Let me go and get it out the way because obviously I am not a respectful person. People take me wrong. I'm gonna just say that people take my personality totally wrong. If I seem disrespectful to anyone, it is not my intention. Case in point, let me tell you, I felt so bad. I went to my niece's graduation party yesterday. I had never met her boyfriend. And I walk in the house, I see the young man sitting there, others sitting there, and I watched him a little while. And finally I said, Haley, who's your friend? And everybody drew up. I kid you not. I don't know. I didn't know why. But they drew up and finally she said, okay, Auntie, this is so and so. And he went to shake my hand and I jumped up and hugged the little boy. When I jumped up, everybody went, oh hell. I am not a bad person.
It's
I
shocking.
don't know what comes off of me that
Everybody,
people mistake
everybody know you
for
president
being.
of the Mean Girls, KD. Everybody know that you president of the Mean Girls, KD. It was shocking. You shocked the world.
I am not a bad person, but people seem to think that I am not a disrespectful person. So if I have disrespected anyone or you think I have disrespected you in any way, it's just my personality. I mean no harm about it. Especially the two panelists up here. I won't call their name, but they're not a female. I am not a disrespectful person.
All
I
right, KD.
really am not.
All right, KD. So what would you consider being disrespectful to you? What does that look like?
Being disrespectful to me would be someone demeaning another person because they don't have what they have.
No,
Um,
no, KD. I want you to make this personal. I want you to tell me what is
oh,
personal.
what would be disrespectful for
Right,
me?
right.
Oh, getting sarcastic with me if
Damn,
I ask
KD.
a question.
Nigga can't get sarcastic. Damn.
No,
She said,
that is
"Oh,
disrespectful. That
Damn.
is, I mean, don't get sarcastic with me if I did not, that to me that is a high form of disrespect is to be disrespectful to is to be sarcastic to me.
Okay. All right, Ish, what's up?
so respect for me, I think is just being in a space where it's okay to be different, to be have different opinions and things of that nature, and respecting that at all times, allowing people the space to be allowing people the opportunity to be in a different space than you, and respecting their thoughts, their beliefs, um, and sometimes that, you know, that we're not always going to be on the same page, because I think a lot of disrespect comes from just people having different thoughts and opinions sometimes, or different perspectives. So I think a lot of times, you know, disrespect is sometimes you know, established that way, just by different points of view. Respect for me is just knowing the fact that people are different, that we're going to think different, that we're going to speak different, behave different, that we were raised different. But if we just take a moment to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to respect you and respect your space, respect your opinion, respect what it is that you are as an individual, and then, you know, vice versa.
Right.
So that's what it is for me.
All right, now you want to go because I got a story to tell, but you could go.
Yeah, I'm a little respect for me is smacking the shit out of me. If you hit me, that's disrespect. I could take words. I could take aggressive conversation. You know what I mean? Because I was always, you know, brought up with the lineage of if you can dish, you should be able to take it. I could take it, and that doesn't. I don't think harsh conversation or harsh dialogue back and forth is disrespectful if you know if you can handle it. Now, smacking me and hitting me, that's disrespectful. But outside of that, you know, I mean, I could take anything. And like Eve said, you know, you come from different walks of life. You come from different backgrounds. You come from different, you know, social statuses and even different neighborhoods. And things look a little different for everybody. So what one thing might be disrespectful, this person might not be disrespectful here. So it's all about balance. And it's all about just understanding that, you know, I mean, we all are challenged in our own way. So, you know what I mean, just letting things go. Don't be so I don't know, this is easily said, easier for me to say this than it is done. But sometimes just letting shit roll off your back and not superly reacting to everything that somebody has to say or what somebody do, and just knowing what you got and what you can control. And the moment you control, you know what I mean, yourself, you're controlling your own narrative, because then you can't succumb to any and everything that's out here, right? You control yourself. You're driving your own car. You know your destination. So that's what it looks like for me a little bit.
All right, let us know in the comments, you know, what respect looks like to y'all.
And the reason why I say that too is we come from a place where it is foul out here, and to slip up, you know, just it ain't the same when we were 15 and 16 or even 25. We used our hands more than we picked up a gun. So we was able to fight it out. Now you look at somebody wrong, you say something in defense of protecting yourself or just standing up for yourself as a man, people want to shoot you and kill you. So it's almost like you gotta take the high road. And even sometimes taking the high road is looked upon as being disrespectful nowadays. Right. So it's almost like you gotta just steer clear of the bullshit and limit what you do. Your interactions just totally. And hang around like-minded individuals who you know is going to be a safe place for yourself. And if it's not safe, at least you know you can handle it without it becoming catastrophic. So that's the reason why I say just allowing shit to kind of roll off, or even if it gets a little aggressive, just understanding that we both got a family to go home to. I ain't trying to lose my life here. You ain't trying to lose your life here. Let's figure it out and go about our business, you know?
All right, so Brenda is saying in the comments that it's when somebody speaks to her rudely. So is this when somebody you don't know speaks to you rudely, or like you said, Katie, if it's somebody that you know, they still can't speak to you with sarcasm? Like they can't.
Well, yeah, they can, but it's gonna be a full-blown damn argument.
So you're starting the argument right off a sarcastic comment.
Well, no, now that depends. Again, everything that is done depend on the situation, depend on the person, depend on what is going on and what is being said at the time. Not every sarcastic remark is going to spark that, because according to my son, I am the most sarcastic person in the world. And I don't try to be.
What I was asking. So if you so that sarcastic, how you?
I just said I don't try to be. See, I am not aware of it, and maybe the people who get sarcastic with me are not aware of it, and that's where my error comes in. That is, if I think it's coming at me sarcastic, That's the way I'm going to take that. And they're not always being sarcastic, but I don't know why. It's just I that's going to spark something. It
KD,
seemed like a disrespect to
look,
me.
hey Nell, we gonna make KD a shirt that just says "Talk to me nicely," because that's how KD has to be treated. Like you just have to talk to her nice, or it's going to be a problem.
What's
No,
nice?
guess what?
What's nice?
Respect. No, respect.
So
Not
Karen, do you get
nicely.
upset? You get angry, or do you go back toe to toe like with more sarcasm?
Right.
I go back with sarcasm. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I would go back. That's gonna make me come
All
back
right,
with sarcasm.
all right. So I just want to say that respect. I think respect and insecurities go together. So this
I
is
don't
how
agree with that.
KD can I finish my
He said, "No, fuck this shit. I don't agree with
Hey, yo, God just froze Aisha's. He
Oh man, Ish, what's happening over there?
God.
I'm gonna take her off the screen while she get it together, man. Listen, KD, I'm gonna tell you how this plays out, right? So being as though I do a lot of shit, I might be around a lot of females or whatever, right? So I used to work at a radio station, right? So there's this one time where there were girls that were at the station, and we took a picture or whatever. So in the picture is two girls hugging on me, that's the picture. So the picture was deemed disrespectful. So to me, that's not disrespectful because in my eyes, I could have went home and smashed both those girls. That's me being respectful. Me being respectful is that I didn't, have anything, more to do with that. It was just a moment in time. It was a picture. It wasn't that deep. But this is what I tell you that sometimes insecurities go into that because that played a role, and that's why you feel as though it's disrespectful because you feel like there's something more to it when it was just a picture. Now, do you get it?
Well, but you were at work, right? You were
Right.
working. That is to be expected. I wouldn't, I personally would not call that disrespectful because you were working, you're a DJ. That's to be expected. I take pictures with guys all the time, but it's nothing to it. It's a part, it's when I'm at work, co workers or whatever, most of the guys are gay anyway. If you're at work and you're doing that for work, I wouldn't count that as a form of disrespect. Now, if you were not at work, you was just out in the street, I was your lady, and I saw that, yeah, I would consider that disrespectful.
So, KD, can you see where the insecurities play a role in that?
In that particular way, I can.
Has anybody seen Aisha because she's been lost to us? So somebody put an APP out. What's up, Ish? You good?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. My computer went out, internet froze. I don't know. I apologize. So I had to hop on my phone.
No worries, no worries. So I was just explaining to KD how sometimes insecurities, can play a role in respect.
Yes, gotcha. This is true.
Mhm.
This is true. I would agree with
You see
that.
this comment? Let's
What's
let's
that?
let's tackle Helen's comment. Can't stand sarcasms. Make me think you're throwing shade, and I'm definitely not for that. Say what you got to say. What's the definite? What's your take on what is sarcasm to you?
No,
What is a
my problem with that now is that why do y'all feel like y'all can dish it but y'all can't fucking take it? Like
yeah?
that's
See,
my
that's the
problem.
thing. I could take it. Like
Right.
I'll come right back with it. We're gonna be going toe to toe. Like, but that's just me. I know a lot of people can't or won't do that. It's like, no, I'm not even giving you an opportunity to say anything disrespectful or sarcastic to me. No, it's not me. We gonna be at it, back and forth, toe to toe. Dish it, take it, all of that.
So what does
Mhm.
sarcasm? What does speaking to you
Look,
sarcastically mean,
yeah.
Kate? What does
And a
that mean?
nasty attitude, I guess. I mean,
Give an example.
because
Give us for. I want it for instance.
Yeah, right. I need an example, KD.
you need an example.
Yeah,
Uh,
I need something that somebody said to you that didn't sit right with you.
Oh my gosh. See, it's not very many. I can truly say it's not very many people get sarcastic with me. I'm trying to think. Mm,
Said being a smart ass. Helen Weaver said being a smart ass.
yeah, being a smart ass. Just being a smart ass.
That's some
Being
people's
smart with your
personality.
answers.
That's some people's
All right, so
personality.
let's tackle this, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's getting to know the person. You're right. That is some people personality because like I say, some people take me as being a hard ass and I'm
All
not.
right. All right. So what Ebony is saying, so if you're a sensitive person, is that the other person's fault?
Yeah.
Well, if you know that that person is a sensitive person, then you
No,
know not to go at them like that.
no, I mean, if you're a sensitive person and somebody talks to you sarcastically, are they to blame if they don't know that you're a sensitive person?
No, they are not to blame. But once they learn what you are or how you are, act accordingly, I guess. Because now Ebony, I know for a fact she's sensitive, but she by no means is anybody that's going to back down. You know what I'm saying? She's like me. When you
But
get like that with her, she's coming back at you.
she just said she gonna walk away though. Okay.
Ebony, you forgot about Dr. Karen's?
She just said she gonna walk away. Katie.
No, she will walk away after a while, but I know my bestie. I've seen my bestie in action.
All right, so
I
even with
disagree
Diana
with
saying, if you respect
disagree with that.
somebody, that's what I was about to say. Because you can respect somebody and you can still, be combative, and still be
I
cool with.
think just my take on it. I think the world has become such a sensitive place anyway. The moment you respond back and you respond back with something that a person doesn't like, they may deem it as being sarcastic or disrespectful, and your intentions were not. It more or less was just to answer the question how you wanted to answer it. We get into this, oh, you gotta say it the way I need you to say it. You gotta say it the way I want you to say it for it to land on me right. But if that's the case, then I'm losing myself because I'm not fully being myself if you want me to be how you want me to be. So I'm dumbing down my response or I'm dumbing down my talk just to appease your feelings. So when does it become a balance where I'm listening to understand exactly what you're saying? Yeah, we may become a little sarcastic or we may become a little high pitched, but that doesn't take away from the actual message. Right. We become so sensitive to every little thing. The moment somebody responds, we got to catch an attitude because we didn't like what they said. That's not sarcasm. That's just you don't want to hear what they really have to say. So that I think we should say that more than, oh, you got to deliver a little differently or you got to say a little better. I think we should start saying and being honest, which we said thousands of times on the show. Being honest means I just don't want to hear what your response is. Say that.
All right, now I got a question. I got a question for the ladies now.
I still don't agree, Nell, but go ahead. I don't agree. It's
So
the delivery.
that's what you're here for.
KD is on one.
Let's talk about it.
In her other T-shirt tonight, KD is on one. But I got a question.
I would like to hear you. I like to hear your opinion about that. Then
go ahead, KD. No, why you don't agree with him?
Because it's not that someone wants you to respond the way they want you to respond. It's the delivery of the response.
Coddle.
It's not coddle. It is not coddle. It is respect.
No, it's coddle.
Plain and simple.
So,
respect.
You just said something in regards to what I said. You said it's not delivering it the way I want it to be delivered, right? It's how you said it. Same thing.
Right.
If I don't say it the way you want me to say it in the perfect pitch and tone, then you're looking at that as being sarcastic instead of really just digesting the message.
Right.
It's
okay. So for instance. Okay. For instance, say if I'm trying to think of a good one. But when you come back with, what do you mean? I said what I said, and that's what I meant. That's sarcastic. That right there is sarcasm. When
KD,
you deliver it that way, you can affect the argument.
KD, have you ever said that? What you just said?
What I said what I said.
Yeah.
No, I don't do no.
You've never said that.
I have never ever said those words like that. No, I have not. No, I have not said. I said what I said, and no, I have never said it. I have
So,
never said those
so,
specific words.
so in any given conversation, you're always willing to repeat yourself.
Say what now? Come again?
In any given conversation, you are always willing to repeat yourself, or would you say, "I said what I said"?
Well, I've never said I said what I said, but that don't mean I'm gonna repeat myself.
I can't.
I said it is over with.
I can't.
I said it and it's over with.
I can't with this lady. Now, let me ask my question to the ladies. Ladies, this is what I want to know. I need you to educate the men on how you feel about this. All right, so you're in a relationship with a guy, and he sees, one of his female friends, or it could be one of his exes or whatever. So, should he give her a hug around the neck, or can he give her a hug around the waist? What part of it is disrespectful? Let me know which part. I want to get to the shits. What's up? Tell me.
Say what now? Say it again, T.
KD, your person that you're in a relationship with, he sees one of his female friends or an ex. And she reaches out to hug him. Does he have to hug her around the neck, or can he, give her a regular hug around the waist?
Neither.
She reaches out to him and he pushes her away.
Neither.
He has to push her away.
I ain't say I have to push her away, but no. I mean,
reaching out to
if,
him,
if it's all of that, hell, you still got something going with him.
Oh my God! Now a fucking hug means you still got something going on. I cannot. What's up, Aisha?
Well, listen, I say, I mean, obviously, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, but I would say that I would just feel comfortable. I'm not saying I would be upset if it was around the waist, but I'm just saying, like, at that point in time, then my mind wouldn't start the race. Like, you know what I mean? If it was around the neck, I would be cool. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying I would be mad if it would be around the waist, but I would be like, I'd start to think and my mind start to race. And it wouldn't be a problem. Like, I wouldn't cause a scene or a problem or whatever. But just in my mind, my wheels would be spinning just a little.
No.
But why does it have to be a hug? How come it can't be a handshake or a hand bump?
KD, it's not a fucking dude.
But see,
I don't give a fuck. That's an X. Hell no. That's a complete no for me. Hell no.
KD, ain't no female.
I don't give a fuck.
Ain't no females outside reaching for a hand bump to me. Come to reality. This is what I'm talking about. I need people to come to the real world. If
it's a damn X, it's an X. Otherwise,
real world.
See, so I'm a hugger, right? So if I see it, I'm a
hugger, but I ain't gonna hug no X.
Too much, you know. What I mean?
It doesn't always have to be an ex. I said it could be a friend too. I said it could be a friend.
Oh, but that's different. Okay, that's different.
So how do the men feel though? How do you guys feel like being in another relationship and you see an ex and they come up to you and they just, how are you feeling? Are you feeling uncomfortable or do you guys welcome it?
Am I feeling uncomfortable if a girl hugs me?
Yeah, but I mean that you're in another situation or whatever, like that personal space, those personal boundaries. No,
because if that person is hugging me, it's obvious that we're cool. We have that kind of relationship. Right. So I don't feel no kind of way about a girl hugging. So no, we just learned from Katie and Each that you can no longer hug a female.
No, I
did not say that. I did not say no female.
That's what you said, Katie.
I did not. I said, okay, your specific question was if he see his ex and the ex reach out to him to hug him.
I said a friend or an ex.
Oh, I just heard the word ex. I don't care.
That's what I'm talking about. So you had an ex. This could be a person that you had, a long relationship with, and she reaches out to hug you. What is he supposed to do?
Well, you're right, because You're right, because I had to rethink that, because yeah, you're right. You're right. I could say anything, because I do have an ex that I would totally hug, and it would be nothing.
That's
It
what I'm
would mean nothing at all. So yeah, you're right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had to rethink it.
Look at this shit, bro. They saying no contact in the comments. You can't let nobody hug you. Like, what is going on? Like, I told you, y'all females are way more cold-hearted than us. You
Well,
can't
now that
let
depends on which ex it is. I think I could, yeah, because I had to look at myself. I would hug one of my exes, and it would be nothing to it.
That's what
Come
I'm
on now.
saying.
Go
I,
ahead now.
I, at this point, I'm just going to be quiet
Why?
Pandering, he
because I tell
pandering.
you, because I know, you know why? Because I say this all the time. I know people in real life,
Right,
and they lie, because
right,
you can see people that take pictures with other people, and y'all got men, and y'all got as a guy that y'all went to a party and y'all taking pictures together, and y'all. So stop with the like. What's the y'all so want to say y'all not insecure, but you're allowing your insecurities to project a no at the first answer, but you will do it yourself. It
right.
just be it don't make sense. Make it
That's
make
not
sense.
that's not the real
If
world, people. Like when you
the
say
I think that depends on the situation, guys.
it's no situation, KD.
Yes, it is a situation.
Listen, KD,
T,
KD, I have female
T,
friends that I
we
grew up
don't
with.
make those
So if I
rules.
see them
T,
in the streets, I
follow.
can't
We
hug
don't
them.
make the rules. We gotta follow behind. We gotta follow the rules that's made for us. We don't make the rules.
Shit is crazy.
So stop trying to even understand. It's not for us to
Okay, well
understand.
let's put it this way. You don't never see your man, but then you see him with another one. What the fuck you supposed to think?
What you
What the
mean?
fuck? Wait,
Just what I said.
are you insecure?
That's
Are you
that's one thing I'm gonna say.
around?
Just what I said.
Are people that insecure that they worry about every little person that come
Right.
along?
That is not okay. Again, if you never
I don't
see
have that much time in the day. Worry
your
about.
so-called other, you never see him, but then you see him with another
KD,
woman, what you gonna think?
KD, the first question is why are you never seeing your person? What the fuck?
That's a great question.
Why
That's
are
a
you never?
great question. That's a great question.
And even if you do
You
see
got a
your
point. You got a
person,
point there, T. I can't
KD,
argue with that.
and even if you do see your person hugging somebody, I see my cousins that out in the streets and they hug me. So you gonna fly off the handle because you saw me
No,
across the street hugging one of my cousins?
well, they would probably know who your cousin is,
No, I
T.
got a
So
million
Well,
cousins.
no, they wouldn't.
that,
I forgot because y'all don't
this
take me to see your
this the
family.
thing.
Yeah, I
I
got a
forgot
million
about that.
cousins.
They
You don't know.
wouldn't.
This the thing. Let's be mature about it.
Yes.
Understand, if you feel like it's disrespectful or you feel some type of way, it's up to me or it's up to you to dispel any rumors, right? So if I hug her, this is an ex, I'm gonna say, hey, by the way, whoever her name is, this Bay or Boo or whatever have you, you can do that, and it means never no never mind.
Right.
We so uptight about shit we can't control. Why? A hug? Y'all
Yeah.
walk into church. Y'all go to church, right? Y'all hug the pastor. As soon as y'all walk in, y'all hug the usher board. Y'all hug the deaconess. Y'all hug all the people that's in there. What's the difference? You go to work.
It's a
You on
difference.
set, might
What's the
hug you, but
difference, KD?
what's
There's no
up?
difference. It's a hug.
Everything to me.
I ain't say he was rubbing her ass and he picked her up. It was
Everything
a
ain't
fucking hug.
something that's going to break your relationship. If your relationship is that fragile, then you shouldn't be in it. If a little
And
hug
I do
KD,
agree with that.
or
Now
KD,
that I
once
do
or
again,
agree with.
Once again,
or
this is
whatever
what I
is
told you.
that fragile, if you gotta go for that,
Where
you shouldn't be.
insecurities cross into respect. Your insecurities are crossing into
Right.
respect because that's not reality. That's not reality. I'm gonna see
Mm.
females that I know.
It
They're
may
gonna
not be reality in the north, but in the south, it is reality.
So
So
how is it
so
any
what do you do
different?
in that
So the
sense?
question
What do
is,
you
how
do?
is it any different
what you
if
mean?
you on set, KB, and you
Hold on
decide to
now.
take a picture with a guy that's not your man, and y'all take a picture because he's an actor or y'all was cool on set? How is that any different? You put it in picture form and
Right.
color so the world can see it. So how is that any different than T walking up to his ex and giving
Mhm.
her a hug? It's no different. It's physical contact. It
Right.
meant nothing to you. It meant nothing to him. He
Right.
knows who his woman is, and you
Right.
know who your man is. It don't matter. It's more shit in the
Respect.
world concentrate on than
Crazy,
that.
man.
Respect.
If you use that as an argument, you're only taking away from positive things that y'all could be building on.
What's your question, Eve?
No, I was just saying, like, okay, in that sense, if you are, dealing with your significant other who is not feeling comfortable with that, but you are comfortable with that, like, what direction does your communication go in to make her feel comfortable or confident that, hey, it was nothing behind it? Like, or do you just be like, yo, you bugging, fuck out of here with that? I ain't, like, how do you
I'm gonna say, yo, you bugging. But what I am going to say is there's a difference between if your person is with you and if your person isn't with you.
Right,
If your person is with you, then yeah, don't hug up on me while my girl is with me. But
no, that's the time to hug, T.
Oh,
that's the time to hug. Yes.
no.
Yes. Okay. Whoa. Let me ask this then. Let me ask this. Why do you want to hug? Why is it okay if she's not around? Because you figure she's not around, that hug can go further then. If she's around, that's the time to hug. See, that don't make no sense. I'm sorry, but that don't make no sense.
The type of females I deal with, you better not look at me sideways while she with me. The type of females.
Okay, well then, if that's the type of female you with, then why are you hugging up with another female? Either way.
I know her, KD, because I know her. That's why. Because I know her.
So if you know her, then why would you be hugging up with another female?
This is what I'm saying, KD. If I'm not with my girl at the time and I see somebody that I know is a female, she's going to automatically hug me. That's just a general thing. It doesn't mean anything. That's just how life happens. Like,
yeah, but you won't know if she would get mad, so she can't get mad if she don't see you.
That's what I'm saying.
So this is the thing. I had a real life situation like this, right? And I'm gonna use one of our castmates as an example. The first time I met Aisha, went to her event. She greeted me with a hug. We greet each other because we are in a family now together.
Right.
Hug. It wasn't nothing, whatever. Her significant other was in the building. After I hugged, she said, yo, this is the boy that's on the show with me. We chopped it up, bang, bang, Sequel Street gang. And it was cool. Nobody had no issue with nothing because the respect was shown after the hug was given. Yo, this is such and such. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, hey, how you doing? It's all about the respect after the moment. You give somebody a hug, it's no harm, no foul. Hey, by the way, this Keisha, I know her. We was tight from years ago, whatever the case may be. This my girl. Da 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 da. That means I have nothing to hide from you. Right. If I can hug her in front of you, that's showing you I have nothing to hide.
What was that saying you just said? Now she's right. The pettiness.
KD, she's talking about y'all being petty.
No. Read this. She said some women are petty as hell. So she see you and they try to make it seem like something. Bingo.
How is somebody
bingo?
How is a hug? What does
because the female is being petty. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it.
KD, I understand what you're saying.
That is true.
The weather outside.
Hold on.
If it's raining outside, I can't control that. I can't control me stepping outside with an umbrella or not. So if she's being petty, fuck her. I'm with you. You don't gotta worry about her. Fuck her petty.
But if you know she being petty, why? If you know that the woman is being petty, like T said, he know his women. If you know that woman's gonna be petty, why would you even want to associate with a petty woman? Because if she's petty for that, she's gonna continue to be petty.
What woman isn't petty?
What do kill myself so I can't live in this world because she's petty?
She's gonna continue to be petty. She's gonna continue to be petty. Why would you? Okay, if a man I knew was being petty, just to be petty and to act like something's going on, I would push him away.
KD,
okay.
I never said anything about
Shorty being petty. Do you want me to shoot her and kill her right there because she's being petty? We don't gotta see her no more. Right. That was a one instance. She seen me, little brace. I don't even know if I'm gonna even do that because I got my shorty with me. I'm not even gonna do that. So, I don't. Whatever. If I do, I see her. We smile. Hey, how you doing? hey, this is my lady, whatever the case may be. She gonna make herself be known. Y'all women ain't gonna not make yourself be known.
Katie,
Right?
Katie,
But if
this is
she's
what I'm
being
talking
petty,
about,
what
the
am I supposed to do?
Those are the insecurities.
Jazz said that depends on if that person is giving you a reason to be insecure.
What is the
You
reason?
can't you can't look at it.
All she
No.
did was hug me. What's the reason? All she did was hug me. She ain't whisper in my ear. She ain't lick on me or nothing. All she did was hug me.
But if they know that the woman is being petty, because women know each
Hey,
other. Women know
hey,
when another woman is being
Katie,
petty.
Katie, that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying when they squeeze a little tighter, or when she kiss on me, or when she whisper in my ear. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about a regular hug. I haven't seen you in a minute. This is just a regular hug.
Translation, that can be a regular hug to you, but it can be pettiness. And like I say, women can read each other.
I
I
can't.
mean, that's because
Women can read
we
each
deal
other.
with that a lot. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, exactly. Women know when another woman is being petty. We're not crazy. Y'all act crazy, but we're not crazy. We
So
know when it's pettiness.
Katie, that's
hold
what
up.
I'm saying.
So
I
can
know
I
when a hug is more than a hug. I'm talking about a regular hug.
Mm-hmm.
I know when a hug is more than a hug.
Okay,
Not
you're
a regular
right.
hug.
Okay,
but
I'm
what
through with it. Look,
what you said? A woman knows when another woman is being petty. Y'all might not know. What the fuck do that got to do with me if she being petty? We don't got to see her again. It was a one time, hey, how you doing? If you felt some type of way, it will never happen again. That's all. Is a big deal got to be made out of it? No, just say, hey, babe, I didn't like that. Okay, it won't happen again.
Okay.
Petty,
true.
arguing, this, that, and the
Right.
third. It's fucking childish.
Yes,
That's
it's
now
secure.
an hour
Respect.
or 2 hours or a day. You gotta be mad about something that could be cleared up right there. You don't like it, it won't happen. It won't.
Right.
Or if I see her being petty, then we gonna exit stage left. We don't gotta be around her. You got me, I got
Mm-hmm.
you. You don't got her. So being petty hurts you. You worrying about her hurting you, not them. So why the
Mm-hmm.
fuck do we continue to keep worrying about stupid shit?
This is true.
If the other person is being petty, let them. You got the prize.
Right.
Me.
Stop being insecure, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make no
But
sense.
see,
You racking your
like,
It's a
brain up.
respect thing to me.
It's an
I'm
If you
sorry.
say,
insecurity.
babe, if you
It's a
after a hug,
respect thing for
wait,
me.
after a hug,
But like
okay.
I said,
If it's
I
a
know that
respect
I
thing,
will
then
hug
you
some of
let
my
it go
exes.
after.
So
If you feel disrespected, that's when we have a conversation. Babe, I didn't like that. Okay, it won't happen again.
right.
That's it.
Right.
You speak up on it.
true,
Mm-hmm.
true.
You don't know
That's
I like
true.
onions unless I tell you I like them. You ain't
That's
gonna just
true.
know.
That's true.
So stop with the I'm gonna be upset. She's petty. He's petty. Who gives a fuck? Let him be petty. We walking down we
That's
in the
true.
mall. We whatever. We hand in hand now. Cause I'm gonna be petty and I'm gonna walk with you. I'm gonna grab your ass.
Y'all
I
is
might kiss
crazy.
you.
Right. But see now,
Y'all live
but
in a
that's
fairy tale
you.
world.
But
Man.
that's you. Not all men will do that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because sometimes
Exactly.
some men
Hey,
don't
ooh,
reciprocate that, and they allow that space and negative energy to come into
all right,
play. So
that's cool.
right, it has to be a situation where he's going to protect your space and your energy as well, and he gonna be blocking it.
All right, this is the thing.
I
When do we
understand
protect
all
our
that.
own space? When do we
Hold on.
protect our own space? Because at that moment, you know how you get back at the person that's being petty? You don't show them that you're affected by it.
Right.
You show them they're affected by it, they win. They know they got you already. The
Right.
moment you show weakness, they won. So you
Mhm.
sitting there being, who the fuck is this bitch? Why?
Oh no,
Okay. Negative. Now she feel like she got a leg up on you.
Right.
She won.
never,
Under your skin.
never.
You stand tall. You hold your head up high. You do you. It don't affect you. We continue our day. We have a great day. You have a conversation with me later and say, babe, you know what? I ain't like little Missy Pooh. I ain't like that. I felt that she was being disrespectful. You know what my response probably going to be? No problem, babe. You ain't got to worry about that no more. We ain't going to see you, and I ain't going to interact like that in the next time. Because she already know I got you. Let introduce you at the time.
Right. I think we just have to move, since they live in this fairy tale world where people never see each other, or these things never happen. We have to move into a world.
But this is, but you know what be crazy?
Hold on,
see them in pictures with people.
saying.
You see them on. You see them on.
KD already said she gets a pass to be sarcastic while nobody else does. So we're gonna let that one roll. KD already said she gets to be sarcastic and nobody else does. So as a man, we just have to know that once we get into a relationship, we have to not even acknowledge that other females exist. That's the only way.
No.
That's not even realistic. That's not even
No. In fact, I have been around my exes, his exes. We have been in the same room. We have partied together. If that female is respectful to me, I have no problem. But acknowledge me. Don't just acknowledge my other half. If you acknowledge me too, we got no problem.
Can I ask you a question? Why do somebody have to acknowledge us for us to be secure? They wasn't in a relationship. I don't know.
Let's say
for an example. Let's use this as an example. Me and you, KD.
If we are together, Nell, that's what I'm saying.
One second. Me and you were out, right? Let's say me and you were a couple. Me and you were out. We ran into an ex of yours. He came over, hollered at you, whatever. If I'm not introduced, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about no other nigga but me. I don't care.
Thanks.
You know why? Because I know when I go home, I'm busting your cheeks.
I'm secure.
I don't care. I know when you getting on my nerves, I can't call him and ask him for no tips. I know when it's your birthday, I can't call homeboy and say, yo, you going half with me on a gift? I don't got time for that. I worry about Nell and Nell only. I don't care about homeboy. I don't care about the another nigga. I just don't care. I'm secure in myself.
Now, can I give an example?
I don't care about another person. I don't care if they being smart. I don't care if they come and give you the biggest hug and hey, how you doing? Congratulations. That was your ex. Hey, what's going on? I'm sitting over here looking pretty than usual. I don't care about none of that.
Let her get it out.
No. Okay, let me say this right here. See, y'all are looking at this thing one way. I'm talking about respect as a whole. It don't have to be an ex. It don't have to be nothing like that. One time, this woman came to my house. We was having a party. This woman came to my house. She walked through my front yard, past every female there, walked to the back to where the guys were playing horseshoe. That bitch had to get the hell up out my yard. I told the ex at the time, I said, either you can get her out of here or I'm getting her out of here. But she was not going to walk in my yard and not speak to me, not acknowledge me. That's no respect. That is no respect. I don't care. You ain't finna walk up in my yard and go and conjoin with my man and all the other men, and you gonna pass by all of these women and not spoke to them. No.
Eddie, let me ask you a question. Did she know it was your yard?
Huh?
Did she know it was your yard?
Yes, she knew me.
Yes. Did she know that y'all was together?
We were married. Yeah.
Okay, so did you say anything to her?
Oh, I was about to. I gave him a chance. He knew.
At that point, you knew.
Trust me, my message. Trust me, T. It ain't what you think it is. Trust me, it ain't what you think it is. She got the message. Trust me, she did. But I gave him a chance to handle it because it was his friend. It was a friend. So I gave him the opportunity to handle it because it was his friend.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
She heard every word that I said.
So if you felt disrespected by somebody else other than me, right? If your husband was there, he had nothing to do with the disrespect because she walked across your lawn or whatever. Why did your husband have to feel the wrath? Why didn't you just say something to her?
That's what I said.
Because that's what I'm saying. Y'all are not hearing what I'm saying. Number one, you don't know the whole situation, so you don't know
Given that's the
but
situation, and
listen me out. I called her in the house. I didn't make a scene. I didn't make a scene. I called him in. I said, okay, that bitch got to go. I said, now either you gonna have her to go or I'm gonna have her to go. I said, because she walked through my yard and did not speak, which she didn't like me anyway. It was no secret. And she was a very rude person. But to pass by all of those women, my mom, my auntie, my cousin, a bunch of women, and didn't speak to not one female, that is disrespect. They're gonna go out there and play horseshoes with the guys. Talking about she just one of the fellow. That damn fella got titties and a pussy. She
Look,
got to go.
KD, if I'm playing devil's advocate, maybe she knew the males. She didn't know any of those females. I know a lot
No.
of people
Okay.
speak to who they know.
And I can understand that too, but like I said, you don't know the situation. You don't know this female. She was
I give
just,
it the whole situation, KD.
it was disrespect.
Then
You
should
don't walk in a
then
woman's
you should have
yard,
chin checked her.
pass
Then you
right
should
by
have chin
them.
checked her, KD. Then you should have
Huh?
chin checked her. Then you should have chin checked her, then, KD.
I gave her, I gave him the opportunity. Oh, trust me. I didn't have a problem with it. Trust you, me.
I just want y'all to see
Just with him,
that.
don't have a problem with it.
I seen
I
that
didn't.
in the shit.
I didn't have a problem with it. And she knew I didn't. She heard what I told him. She heard exactly what I told him. But it was his friend. He was begging me not to show my ass because he knew what I was. He knew. But I gave him the opportunity because it was his friend. Had she walked in that yard, acknowledged us, I wouldn't have cared about her going out there. But don't walk in my yard and not acknowledge me. Mm-mm.
I can't. No, let's move on, man, because this is obviously fairy tale land.
Disrespect me.
Let's move on. That's not reality. Man. Let's
It's a
move
lot of
on.
layers to that one. It's a lot
Oh,
of
that
layers.
is reality. Yeah, you're right, Ish.
That-
There's layers to it.
KD, it's real simple. Where I'm from, you should have handled that yourself. Like fuck him, fuck saying something to him. If she knew that you was with him and she purposely did that, then that's when you say something to her. Fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
But we gonna keep it moving.
Especially in your
We'll
domain.
keep it
It was your
moving.
home, correct, Karen?
Right.
It was your home, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Yeah, fuck
in your
all that.
domain.
Yeah, fuck
Fuck
all
all
that.
that.
So yeah, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
what we keep asking. I think that's.
I mean, and I know her personally. I will say that.
That's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
her personally. Everybody knew each other personally. And I knew that she did not like me.
That's what I'm saying.
Then you check her. You don't
Exactly.
check
What you
me.
here for, sis?
Exactly.
Ain't nothing here for you. You don't like nobody
I think
here.
that would have caused
Uh,
that would have caused a major tiff between me and you. After the party was over and you brought that shit to me, I would have said,
oh,
"You
it
are
wasn't
all
after no party. It was during the party. I gave him the opportunity.
no,
That's what I
no.
said.
I'm gonna say this to you. If you saying you gonna bring that smoke to me, you should have said that shit to that fucking girl, and that's
Right.
what I would have said to you. And I would have kindly
That's
took my
what
ass
I'm
up to bed.
saying. It happened right
I
then
would
and
have
there.
sat up there
Okay,
and ate my gummy bears just like this. After I said,
let me
your
say
ass
this
was
right
said
here.
something to her.
Okay, this is her right here. Okay, I'm gonna say this is her. This is me and him right here. She heard every damn word I said. I said, you
You know
got
what?
5 minutes to
You know
get
what?
this bitch out my
Hey,
yard.
if that's the case, you could have said it right to
You know what I
her.
would have did? I'm not gonna
No.
talk to my
Like
girl.
I said, I was giving him the opportunity. It's his friend. He heard, but I was giving him the opportunity. Trust you, me. I ain't got a damn problem with removing somebody out my shit.
KD, let me explain something to you, KD. If you know me and you're purposely being disrespectful in front of my face, I'm not going to speak to my girl first. I'm going to say it to you. I'm
How
none
come,
of that.
yo? How come we got so much smoke for the people that really don't be with the shit with us? Like we be having smoke for the wrong persons. Direct that smoke to her.
Right.
If you said she knew you, she's
Right.
in your home disrespecting you, then you speak up to her,
Right.
not to him. Because what you're doing
It
is
was his friend. His friend. I'm your
you're
woman. You don't allow no damn disrespect disrespect to come to your wife. Number one, you know me better than that. You shouldn't even allow that.
Directly
So
to her,
Karen, did
Katie.
you feel like maybe you would be getting like that you would get too
Directly to
upset if
her.
you spoke to her directly?
Yeah,
Like, did
directly
you
to
Well,
feel
her.
like
number one,
it
my
was really going
mom
left?
was there and my aunt was there, and I was not about to get disrespectful around, which they the ones said whoop her ass. I ain't gonna even lie. They did say whoop her ass. But that's I was giving him a chance. Again, it was his friend. That's the way I chose to handle. She heard every word I said. I didn't try to hide it, but as his friend, and he asked me not to show my ass. He asked me. I said, okay, well then you got a chance to get her out this yard, but she
Well,
got
don't
to go.
right.
All
Don't
right,
give me a
but
reason to show my
the
ass.
thing, all right, I get it, but why smoke for him?
Right.
At
Just go
that
right
point,
to
he
it.
an
Yeah.
innocent bystander. You got to step
Yes.
up and you got to speak up for that. You got to protect your home. He a part of your home at that point. He's still your home. That's your man. So if you feel like she's disrespecting you and you know she's blatantly disrespecting you in your face, then you have every right to turn her and say something to her. And he damn sure wouldn't have said nothing back. He'd have let you
Better
go.
not have had it.
How you want me as the man to handle another woman? I'm going to let you handle her. If it's another
Right.
man
Well,
coming in
he
and
asked
disrespecting
me
you,
to let him handle it. That's what I did.
Let's move on, man.
I don't know.
Like I say, see, there be a lot of threading behind things of stories that y'all hear that you don't know about. So you can't
Give us
judge.
the whole
You
story,
can't
then, Katie.
judge what you don't know.
Give us the
you
whole
gave us
story,
the
then, Katie.
story though.
Y'all, you can't judge what you don't know.
That's what I'm saying. How can we not judge it if you're not giving us the whole story, Katie?
Well, it would take too long to give you the full story, but let's just say that she was friends with all of the guys, not just him. She was friends with him. And I respect that. But I walk in my yard and don't speak to me and not acknowledge me. Disrespect.
Let's just move on, man. No, we gotta move on, man. Let's get to the other side.
Oh no, put that okay, how can y'all never put the comments up that be from me?
Let the dogs leave.
Again, I was trying to give him a chance to do it. He asked me to let him do it, and that's what I did.
That's not how we get out of the lease part, man. I don't enjoy.
It be
Well,
go. It
enjoy that's what we
be
do.
go. I'm not giving an opportunity for nothing.
Different parts of the world, we handle
As
it
soon as you
different
pranced
ways.
across my greenery
Right,
and didn't acknowledge the woman of the house,
right.
I don't have to say anything to anybody else. I'm
Right.
coming right at you, sis. Excuse me. Hi. How you doing? Yeah, me. Yeah, me. You gonna say hello? Hello to everyone.
I would say
though, Karen. I'll be with the shit. So
when she passed by, I said, I know this bitch didn't just pass by me and this and that. I mean, things were said.
No,
Things were said. I handle them differently.
Let's move
I don't know.
on, man. No. Let's move
I
on
don't
to the other
know the
side.
story. I can't comment.
What you saying, though?
I don't know the story, so I can't comment.
Yeah. Let's move on, man. Because Katie said something about her knowing all the guys. Like, what does that have to do with anything? That's irrelevant if she knew all the guys. Like, that's irrelevant. The only relevancy of the matter is that she walked across your yard, she disrespects you, then it is what it is. The gloves are off. The gloves are off after that. So, but,
And then we got people in the comments piping. What does this mean? It was the delivery, Katie. What delivery? If you felt some type of way, you speak up. If y'all feel some type of way about somebody doing something, speak up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with speaking up? What's wrong with handling it? That's our home. I let you got equal stake in there too. If you don't like something that go on in the home, speak up. Don't whisper in my ear to do it. Do it. If you see it need to be done, go ahead and do it. If now if it get out of hand, I'm gonna back you.
Right.
I'm gonna back you.
Right.
How I look like arguing with a woman? Now I look stupid. How I look like arguing with a woman in my house when my woman's sitting right next to me?
Right.
That ain't my job. That's your job at that point.
Right.
He didn't argue with her.
You stand up. You can say this woman being petty because I gave her a hug or whatever. Now you can say all that, and you can say We could talk all this, but the moment somebody actually disrespects you, then with the smoke is not on them, it's on me to handle the smoke. I don't understand. That's
Again, the
you,
situation is
you
nowhere near what y'all thinking. It's totally different.
No, Katie's not
It's
gonna tell.
totally different than what y'all think.
Let's just move on. Let's just move on, man.
Let's get into
No,
Yeah,
men.
because
Let's get into men.
y'all will never get it.
hey.
that's it.
So thank you. That was a great story. We had great dialogue when it
Yeah.
came to respect. We all recognize that respect is needed regardless of whatever we're doing. How we speak, how we move, life, right? We all want respect, and respect looks different to everybody else, right? One thing that's a constant across the board is our next topic. And we're going to dive head in first, and it's called the plight of a man. Now, I know there's a chatter out there that man T, women bash, which hopefully we've dispelled the rumors tonight that we're not women bashing. We love women. We just want to move the conversation forward. You know, we have a voice, we have an opinion as well, and we just try to bridge the gap where it says we don't have to see it from that perspective. Let's look at it from total both perspectives and try to bring it together. But let's talk about the plight of a man. See, I want you to touch on that.
All right. So when I brought this topic, to the cast, I just wanted to, reiterate to everybody, if they know what the plight of a man is, if they know, what we have to face on a daily basis when we step outside, if they know all the trials and tribulations that we go through, as a man, growing up as a black man, dealing with the police, dealing with the neighborhood, dealing with all kinds of shit that goes on. Do y'all know and do y'all understand the plight of a man? Whereas though I can basically walk outside and bump into somebody, or somebody could even bump into me and it not even be my fault. And then I gotta go through a situation where somebody could possibly lose their life just that quick, in an instance, just by being a man. So do y'all understand and do y'all know the levels and the depth and the plight of a man? All right, people, what's up? What are we doing? What's going on?
So when
Yeah.
I when I'm thinking about the plight of a man, it has nothing to do with the opposite sex. Actually, it has everything to do with just the way of the world.
All right.
Especially the plight of a black man,
All
because
right.
that's where I see it through my eyes as a black male. I'm here in the world. It's unfair, and this doesn't just go for men. This goes for women as well. The unfairities that the society deals us with, one being a black male, but a young black male
All right.
that carries over to being an older black male. This look. Tomorrow starts the trial of Bill Cosby and another offender. Why do I say that? Because Bill Cosby has already been convicted, which that conviction was overturned. We had several different women come forth at that time, 2 years ago, 2.5, going on 3 years ago, to have him convicted, right? Which we subsequently seen that overturned due to dealings that they had with the district attorney in the state of Pennsylvania. But now here's another person coming forth saying that when she was 17 years old, her parents had to go to the Playboy Mansion and Bill Cosby did something to her. This is now 47 years later. And this is a civil matter. So if you know anything about a civil matter, it's money driven, right? So she's looking for a payday. So if you felt wronged, why didn't you come forth when everyone else did? Why now try to use this against this man to 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 sink him even further? If it wasn't a money grab, why is it a civil case? If you felt disrespected, how come you didn't come forward years ago? And you may say, no, as a woman, you never know when is the right time. I don't. But it seems really weird now that you're in financial peril. You're later on in life. Now you want to go and seek out this justice, right? But we see other men in his same position, the Harry Weinsteins of the world, the what's the guy's name that played in 21? Those other people that was found even our former President Trump, grabbing women's private areas. Nothing happened to him, right? Harry Weinstein sleeping with all these women, and Me Too. This is how the Me Too movement came about, right? He's not in jail or been prosecuted yet, right? But Bill Cosby has been. We as Black men are such at a disadvantage. One, because we're persecuted by the aggressiveness that they think that we have. You know where that aggression comes from? Not being taken serious, having to work 10 times harder just to move a spot while they giving them 3 spots ahead of us. Right. And I'm not the guy, please, by no means am I that guy who thinks that the man is against me. I'm all about working hard. I'm all about going out here and doing what I got to do. That's the reason why I went through the extended schooling that I went through, graduated from college, and went on to have a career in the banking field. Now I'm doing other things in the financial world as well, making a living for myself and my family. I know the values of working hard. I come from that inner city impoverishment where I know that if I wanted to get out of it, I had to do something different for myself than just dream, right? But the plight of a man, especially of a Black man, goes a little bit deeper, right? Opportunities we have to work harder for just to be taken serious, right? I had to be. I gotta work 12 hours, six days a week for them to say, oh, well, Nell works hard, so he may be a candidate in a couple of years for this promotion. Right. Where somebody just fresh off the street, color not mine, come right in the door and they giving it to him just because of qualifications. Well, what about my qualifications? Right. So, also, home life. You know what I mean? The perils of, man versus woman.
And no, and those pressures of you're the man, so you're supposed to, no matter what, you have to provide. So even in that sense, that the pressure of even if you can't get it this way, you better figure out a fucking way to get it. That pressure as a Black man is different than people realize. So it's like, even with my son, I try to tell my son, like, the image of, the young teens to be aware of that. Because my son got, the dreads, and like he looked like the little young boys that stand outside in the corner, doing nonsense. So you look just like them. So you have to be aware of, that image being portrayed on you, even if you're not doing what they doing. So it's a whole lot of shit that goes into it that people don't even, realize.
It's crazy. The pronunciations of our names are even held against us, right? I've been in situations where I've been in corporate America, and I've gotten cool with the higher ups just because my performance was that of it was bar none. It couldn't be taken away from you. When you got it, you got it. And no matter how they try to knock you down, and no matter how they try to keep you down, your resolve will keep you getting up, working harder, going out there and making sure you be better than ever. They have to respect it. But when I got that respect, I was in meetings where they said, oh, we got to pass this person over because their name sounds ethnic. This person is well qualified. Oh, we can't give this person this position because we don't want to scare off our investors. Because they may think that they're too urban, or they're too ethnic, or they're just too vibrant. I was told to dumb down the way I dressed because it was too flashy, it was too flamboyant. What? Right. I came in and work in every day in a suit. Well, yeah, you are coming every day in a suit, but do you have to come in a red suit, or do you have to come in a brown or light? I come in how I want to come in. I'm presentable, I'm clean, and I smell good. Right. and I'm also making y'all money. So what we talking about?
So now,
scaring the people.
Now let's talk about this side of it, because you mentioned this on Thursday in the meeting. So let's talk about this side of it. Where you can be in a relationship with a female and you can actually call the cops because she's being violent, and when the cops show up, they automatically going to come at you first just because you're a young black man. So that's another.
I know this is a thing here. We're not going. This is not what that looks like, but let's use Karen's partial story as groundwork. So let's say we're at a barbecue and that girl walks across our lawn and KD looks at me and we start to get into an argument. The argument escalates. Karen's my lady, I'm her man. Somebody else calls this argument. Somebody calls the police. The police come and say, what's the problem? And Karen says, oh, we got into a heated argument. They're going to turn to her and ask her, well, what does she want to do?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I got to leave for the night.
Right.
I got to leave for a couple nights just to diffuse the situation. I might even be forcefully taken out of there just because I'm looked upon as being a threat in my own home.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look how things are. People, we're supposed to take care of our kids. I get it. You got a lot more single fathers that are not on child support than you do not getting child support.
Right.
Same number of men out there as women. Women are going to outnumber just because there's more single mothers than there are single fathers. But there's situations where we can't control certain things that somebody says.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. So why do I got to leave my home because somebody says that we got up into a fight or we got upset or whatever.
Right. Yeah, and I've seen that a million times. So let's hear from the ladies. So what do y'all think about this whole thing? What is y'all take on the plight of a man, ladies?
And one other thing before we get started. I'm sorry to cut you off. It's just it's just a passionate topic that's on my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It takes so much longer for me to get up out the bed every day, not because of my condition, but just because I know what I face out here in this world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said this Thursday in our meeting. I feel more comfortable in the inner city hood around drugs and violence than I do riding around or around law enforcement officials that's supposed to serve and protect me. How is that? How is that? How? Because I know what is going on around me.
Right.
I know how to kind of maneuver through that because I was born and bred in that environment.
Right.
But I don't know how to move and shake around somebody that's looking to be aggressive with me, possibly take my life because they're afraid of my power and my strength. Or I don't know how to diffuse a situation when somebody just doesn't like me because the color of my skin and they feel threatened by the power that I possess as a man. What am I left to do? So when y'all say it goes both ways, when y'all say men ain't shit, when we hear men ain't nothing but dogs and we play a lot of games, miss me with that shit. Because you got a brother here that ain't about that.
Fair.
You got a brother here that's passionate about bridging the gap and making it become a one instead of dividing us even further. When are we going to take back the very thing that we come from? Our men. Wrap our arms around them and tell them that we love them and we're proud of them, that we're here for them, instead of saying we're tired of you, we're sick of you, we hate you,
right,
because of what somebody else has done.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Not everybody is always going to be like me, like T. But there's far greater more of us doing good than there is bad out here. I guarantee it. Just think. Look back at your fathers. Your fathers were a black man. Right? You come from something strength you had to look forward to. A lot of y'all say, I miss my dad. I wish my dad was still here, or I got the greatest dad in the world. He a black man. So not all black men ain't shit. Because we got examples of what black men look like that are positive. We sitting right in front of you. when our opinions don't coincide with what society says they should be, or we're a little threatened because I have strength to me, or I'm looked upon as, oh, we're women, we're discriminating women, and we have no sympathy and we have no love. That's not the case. That's actually the opposite. I have so much love and respect and admiration for you that I want to see you push yourself to the limits that nobody else is going to push you to, because they don't want to see you win. I do. We do. Why am I so hard on you? Because I know you're better than what you're putting out there. How we get this far in life? It ain't by choice, by chance. It's because of our resolve. It's because of our strength. So why can't we band together, come together, and be together?
What's up, ladies?
Karen, you want to go first?
No, you can go.
When I think, so I thought about this a little bit, and when I think about the plight of a man, like, I think of many facets that you guys have to go through: society, workplace, and career, daily interactions with your peers, um, home life, and your mental. So I think about like all the things that you guys have to combat on a daily, day to day, as a mother, as a best friend, and a business partner. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much that you guys have to go through. And I think us not necessarily understanding each element that you have to face each day, I think it's important for women to be cognizant of, you know what I mean, your struggles, and to just, help and be supportive in any way possible. Um, so that way, you're not facing it alone, or that way, you're not dealing with an individual who is not understanding and not supportive, but taking more away from what you're already dealing, adding more to what you're already dealing with on a day to day. So, I think, to have a good support system around you, a good woman behind you, that is not adding to those things, that is recognizing them, not understanding it, but just being cognizant of it. And I think, with that, you can just, kind of work through it.
Hey,
Mhm. Um, it sounds great. It really does, because we do forget what you go through when you step out of that door. We don't think about the struggles that you find at work, because the one thing I have always told my son from the time that he could understand, comprehend, is because you are a black man, you will always have to work harder than the white man just to get half of what they get. But then, even me telling him that, I too forget the plight of what the black man go through, even though I see it every day. And I can be guilty for adding on the stress to them when they are in my presence, not thinking about, okay, well, he's been through this today, he's been through that today. Maybe this is why they're a little bit more um, short, a little bit more snappy. They're looking for more at home than what they don't get, because it is scary when the cops are called, like Nell say, when they are called, yeah, they are going to naturally try to take the black man in. It's happened with me before, and I would not let it happen. If as angry as I was, I knew what y'all were up to. And we as black women, we do tend to forget that, because y'all do make us mad, and we do tend to forget that. So the plight of a man, sometimes I don't think it would be bad to sometimes sit down and talk to you, lady. And just, yeah, we should know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on, and we do know. But sometimes we simply forget, and sometimes we simply need to be reminded, look, I go through this on a daily basis, but then I got to come home and not have my peace.
Right.
We need to sometimes be reminded because you do. If you can't have your peace at home, if you can't have your peace around your woman, you catching hell there, catching hell here. Yeah, that can make any man, the plight of a man, very, very hard.
Mhm.
So this
Facts.
A
is
lot of
good that we're having this conversation.
people ask me, because I can only pull from my own experiences. A lot of people ask me now, why you aggressive? Now, why you seem so wound tight, right? The world has made me that way, and that's no excuse. The world has literally made me that way. Why? Because when I came into this world, my world was prepared for me already. Meaning, I was already looked upon as being at some point in my life a provider, a protector, a bodyguard, uh, a lover, a fighter, right? That already was laid out for me before I even knew how to speak, before I even knew who I was. Each and every day I try to figure out more and more of myself. But all that was placed in front of me, right? I was told, oh, you gotta be genuine, you gotta be kind, you gotta be loving, you gotta be soft, you gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be everything. I have to be everything, but the next person or my counterpart or my significant other or the very thing that came from my rib needs me to be that plus more because she's dependent upon me for that. So why am I so tough? Is because I have to be. Because if I don't, I lose myself. And I lose the very thing that you need me to be.
Right.
You want me to be these things. You said you need me to be those things. Allow me to be those things. But allow me to be those things with the understanding of, damn, he's going out here each and every day, hustling, making a way not only for himself, but any and everything that's around him. So am I going to be snippy when somebody is playing with my so-called peace when I want to lay in it? Or do I have any right to lash back when somebody is invading my happiness? Look at the lion. The lion is the king of the jungle, a very big, imposing figure, right? He is the pride. He is the leader of that pride, right? Everybody in his pride looks for him for security and to grow and get bigger so they can be what they be in the future. All I'm saying is if you your mate, know your mate. Let's stop being so quick to become so offended. Let's stop letting sarcasms take us take us over the edge and allow that to consume thoughts or to control us like we're a joystick, like we're a game, right? If we say we understand each other or we get the plight of a male and a female and we're trying to mesh those things together, then understand that instead of looking for ways to, oh, I feel offended, oh, I feel like I'm attacked, oh, I feel hurt. And when a person recognizes and realizes they just can't go on in that space at that moment, allow them to sit back and gather themselves. Don't keep pushing their buttons because you want to get your point across. Allow that person to gather and get back to their happiness so they can then calm down. Because you never know what that might take another person to. Look at the suicide rate out here. People
Mhm.
being pushed to limits that they can't even think of no more. Mental health is such a prominent disease that we see more and more nowadays than we've ever seen before. So if that's the case, let's come together instead of working apart. Go ahead, say.
We gotta wrap up and get into Karen's corner, but we I just want to say the last words to protect black men, and understand that we do go through, a mountain of bullshit when we step outside these doors, and even when we inside these doors. Try to, be more understanding in that though, because we are targets. We are everyday targets from, everybody, almost everybody that we come across. So, KD, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are y'all ready? And
Let's
before
go.
I get started, I do not know this person personally. So just want to put that out there, okay? Okay, so this week's letter, it is simply called Between the Bed and the Wall. Okay? So it says, I am a life coach and motivational speaker. So I travel a lot, and my husband keeps our 2-year-old twins. I was gone for a conference last week, and I was unable to speak with my husband while I was gone. He said one of the twins threw his cell phone in the pool, and he didn't have a babysitter to keep the boys while he spent the day in the Apple store. I had no reason to doubt him until I spoke with his mother, and she told me that she'd bring the twins pajamas and other clothes after she washed them. That's when I found out that my twins stayed with her the entire weekend. I was gone. I didn't let on that I was unaware my boys had been there, and I asked a few questions. She is such a sweet person that she had no idea she was getting my husband in trouble. She said when she picked up the boys on Monday morning in time for school, but he did not call her over the weekend to check on them. I asked which number he called from. She said he used his cell phone. He was about to get busted. I looked for anything around my house that was out of place, and something told me to go into the guest room. It's a small room, so the bed is pushed up against the wall. The covers were rumpled, and no one ever goes in this room. So I went to investigate. I saw a pair of sandals, size 7. I wear a size 9. I also found a croaker bag with eyelashes, 2 loose condoms, and perfume. I'm no fool, and I knew a woman had been in my house, but why is he such a lousy cheater? Why didn't he throw her shoes away and hide the condoms? Did he want to get caught? I help people level up in life, but I have no clue how to handle infidelity when it comes to myself. Should I confront him or leave his stupid behind? Fellas, what y'all think?
Hold on, KD. So, what is the question? This man was obviously smashing somebody in a crib, and she found the evidence. And what is she asking? Should she stay or should she leave?
No. Her question is, her question is, um, she said,
First of
why
all,
didn't he throw the shoes away and hide the
now,
condoms? She's thinking that he wanted to get caught. Do y'all think that he did it to get caught? Like he wanted her to know? Because
no,
he was sloppy with it.
no, KD. I'm not going to say that he wanted to get caught. He wanted to get caught. I'm going to say he just didn't give a fuck.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
he just didn't give a fuck. He was being careless because he didn't give a fuck. So I'm not going to say if he wanted to get caught, he would have just let her come while the girl was still there. If he really wanted to get caught, he was
Right.
just being careless because he obviously didn't just give a fuck. Basically.
Hmm. Nell, what you
Yeah.
think?
I'm in the casket right now. This is me looking like how I would
Nell is
look.
comatose.
I'm dead. This is what I would look like if I was laying in the casket right now. I'm dead. This letter has me dead. She's asking us dumb shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's
So
why I
I
said,
passed
what the
away.
fuck is the question?
I passed away.
That's the
So
way.
I'm
Crazy.
now here in spirit.
Well, she seemed to think that he is trying to get caught now. Personally,
KD,
I think that he just know he can get away with it. And
KD.
he
If
did.
a person is trying to get caught, you would make your way to get caught. Like so
Did
real
she ask why
here.
such a sloppy cheater? Did she ask that?
Right.
Right. Right.
Sweetheart, maybe he don't want to be with you no more.
He don't give a fuck.
He wanted you to see the condoms, the slippers, the shoes, the size 9, your feet big. He wanted 7. You don't want the 9s no more.
Right. What's your take?
Yeah, typically that's how I feel. Like, just typically, if a guy is not doing anything to necessarily, or whether a husband in a relationship or whatever, if they're not doing anything to protect you from seeing or being exposed to something, they don't care. Right. They just don't care, and they're off of it. They're off of, I mean, and that's not all the time the way that things play out, but for the most part, like, it's just like, oh, I don't care. I'll do what I want to do. And if you see, oh well, because you're going to either stay or you can roll.
That's the thing.
Hold on, Nell. Hold on, Nell. Or even still, he could have probably just forgot about the shit. Like,
yeah, but that's a lot of shit to forget about, though. Too. No.
Because sometimes you can get caught up in whatever you were doing, and you just forgot. You just forget about that shit. Like,
so I wonder.
I forgot about that shit. Like,
yeah, I wish we had a little more to that.
He's done with her. He knew the grandmother was going to call her. He knew. Right. He knew she was going to go into the room and find the shit. You know. Mm-hmm. You knew. He knew what he was doing.
Right.
He reached a point where he just didn't care.
Yep. And now it's her turn tonight. Bottom line is she should be take heed. Right. And know that, and then it's her turn to not care and roll.
Basically, he gave her an out.
Or look. What about this? What about this, y'all? What if he's purposely, leaving that stuff for her just to spark a conversation?
That's true.
That's true. That's why I say you never know what a person thinking until you ask them. Right. Mm-hmm. He ain't dumb.
Right.
So people in the comments are saying that he's done with her. She should just leave.
You know what's so funny though? You know how y'all throw that at us all the time? I'm gonna throw it at y'all. It goes both ways. You know why I say that? Because he probably seen some shit that she was doing.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said maybe
he got to a point where he like, I'm gonna spark up a conversation. I want you to find this. So when you bring this shit to me, I'm going to say, hey, well, tell me what about Bobby? Right. Bobby? Yeah, tell me about Bobby. Right. April 13th. Right. When y'all was together. Right. You ain't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Just say that.
What it look like. No. Some people want to play, though. Some people like to play.
Right. That's what I
get to the point. I don't got time to play. I'm going to get 9 times out of 10. I'm going to get to the point.
Right.
But some people like that because they want you to know.
Right.
You can play. I can play.
I can play better. Right. Yeah.
And how I play, I take it to the fullest extreme. Not saying that I am doing that. Right. Not saying that I would. I'm speaking on some people that they will take it to the fullest because they're showing you that if you want to play, I can play too.
Right. Mm-hmm. He's trying to spark a conversation. He's trying to spark a conversation.
And those people that do that now normally play the game better.
Right.
They normally with the shits like,
right. Okay, they give a fuck less.
I'm not even going to speak on it. I'm just going to do. Right.
Yeah, they give a fuck less.
Yep.
And even if
y'all think he was playing a game?
KD, we're saying that this could be a get back. He could have caught her, in a compromised position, and this could be a get back just to spark that conversation. Like, I know you did such and such, and now I did this, and now let's talk about it. That kind of thing.
It indicates nothing like that in this letter. Y'all do not listen to the guy. It does not indicate that.
I can't with this lady, man.
No, it does not indicate that. I'm not gonna let y'all put this on that lady. I'm not gonna let y'all blame this on this lady. A man can never be wrong. A man can never be wrong.
No. He wasn't saying that.
I ain't gonna let y'all blame this on that lady. It could. Hey, we ain't finna use that scenario. She's a good wife. She's a great wife.
That's not what he was saying.
Y'all did all that shit while I was signed off. Y'all ain't finna blame this on that woman.
KD, that's not how it was. He was hypothetically speaking because we were saying like it's some portions of the letter that we can just assume. You know what I mean? Assume away. It
Yo,
wasn't nothing about.
I don't see that where it's assumed nowhere in this letter.
Or her doing
yo,
anything
do
wrong.
y'all see why?
Hold on.
Do y'all see why I passed away?
Hold on now.
And my spirit is here. Nell
I
is
think
really
Karen just
Nell is really
Hold
not
on.
here. His spirit is
Hold
here.
on now.
missed it.
Earlier, didn't Katie say something like, y'all don't know the whole story? The fuck you?
I said that about my story, not this
Ho
one.
ho.
You know that whole
T,
story, Katie.
T,
No.
That's
T.
part of it.
T.
But they didn't say
T.
nothing bad about her, Karen. Nothing
Hold
about
up.
how she was as a wife or as a woman.
This is where
But why
this is
make it hypothetically like he was
This
a
is
get
why
back? It ain't no hypothetically nothing.
Katie,
The man was wrong.
we have to
this
look at
is why I
every
passed
angle. We have to
away.
look at all the
I
angles.
passed away
Katie.
and
We have
died.
to look at all
I
the
passed
angles.
away because she clearly led with, I don't know this person.
Right.
I don't know this person. It's just a letter. So
No,
for
I do
you
not know this person.
you to defend this letter to Fennell saying that she
But
is
why do
right
y'all
and wrong,
automatically have to put it on the woman? See,
You,
Aisha, you don't see this stuff. I do. They always got to try to make it a woman.
you came in late. Our first sentences was we didn't give a fuck. He was doing this. He was doing our first.
Yeah, it was two sides, Karen. You didn't necessarily come
It's
in like you came in on the tail end of the conversation.
She wasn't wrong. It's the man. It's the man. I ain't taking no two sides. It's one side. One side. Him.
Karen, that's not
I can't with this lady, man.
Karen. You gotta play devil's advocate sometimes, Karen. We gotta allow
They always turn around on the woman. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Not this time. Not on this one. Mm-mm.
But they did
Mm-mm.
give it to the men in the comments. We gave it to the men.
No, it ain't
We gave
never.
it to the men too.
They
We
don't
said
never.
he was
Ever.
done. He wasn't
Mm-mm.
shit.
Nell, come back.
Now it's the living dead.
no
Don't
die in an afterlife.
Now is the living dead.
He's gone. He's gone.
Nell said, listen, fuck all of that. Y'all not
Yeah, it
doing
ain't
this.
nothing about what you. It ain't no hypothetical about getting back or nothing. This is a good woman. She's off working, and he gonna lie about he gonna drop the damn phone in a pool. Now it ain't no hypothetically. Does he want her or not?
We don't
Does he
know.
want her?
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know him. We don't know him. We don't know if he
I
can.
know that, but it ain't no hypothetical about she did anything. It's all about him. Let's hear the truth about the man one time without hypothetically saying that she brought him to it.
So can we
We didn't
rewind
say
the
that. We
tape?
only gave that as an option, Katie. We gave it.
Can we
Wait, please stop and look at Nell's shirt. Just
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
for a second
You
and
blocked
look
off
at
your
Nell's
name,
shirt.
Katie. You blocked
It's
off your
every
name,
week.
Katie.
It's every week. It's every week.
I don't care, man. I do not care.
what?
I do not care.
I can't.
What you talking about?
Oh, Katie.
I can't.
KD,
What he took KD off. I do not care. Take it off.
Oh,
I'm not changing what I said.
no.
we asked us for options. We gave an option.
KD, can we run the tape? T led with
Yes.
he wanted to see how far he can get away with. He's
Right.
saying that man is worse than shit. He
Right.
was trying to see how far he can go with it.
Right.
No one said it was her fault.
Right.
Then another scenario, because we don't know them, we don't know the full story, was maybe he was trying to show her that he had other information and he could do what she did, but do it better. It's many scenarios.
Right.
KD, no one said, KD, that it was her fault.
Yeah.
KD, no one said that he's not a piece of shit.
Right.
KD, we all said that he's a piece of shit. He was
Right.
trying to get his shit off. Maybe he forgot. Who knows? Moral of the story is, if we don't know the story, don't read us the story.
What y'all do to KD? She be listen.
No,
Y'all,
we gotta look
No,
at
because I get telling them all the time trying to make it the woman's fault.
we gotta look at all
The men are perfect and women are not.
Katie, we never said we were perfect.
KD is not brainwashed.
We're looking at all angles of the story, KD. We never said we were perfect. We're just looking at every aspect. That's the problem with you females that y'all don't look at all
man, here we
Not you
go.
female, just KB. No, don't put them in it. It's not them, it's me.
Shit starter. Now, if you want to start some shit, then I'll start some shit. You gotta look at all perspectives.
It's not no female, just me. Don't say it's them because the other females called over to y'all and I don't.
Now
All right. So, all right.
they just called me Kevin Samuels last week. Now they tired to
We did not forget.
Yes.
We did not forget.
Forget what?
That they called him Kevin Samuels. He said, "Don't forget." I said, "We didn't forget."
All right. So thank you, Karen. Thank you for such a wonderful Karen's Corner. It was so eloquently read and discussed. Thank you for allowing us to dig so deep in mental telepathy when it came to answering these questions. Now, before we close out the show, we're going to do our 60 with 60 real quick, 60 seconds with Nell, and we're going to talk about everything that is sports. So, in the NBA world, the Golden State Warriors is one win away from going to the promised land, and that promised land is the NBA Finals. They took a 3-0 lead over the Dallas Mavericks with a win tonight. The Miami Heat and Boston Celtics play tomorrow with the Miami Heat leading that series 2-1. Boston looks to square that series up, hopefully making it 2-2. So Miami Heat don't go up by 3-1. The reason why Golden State is playing such at a high level right now is because of their wives. They wouldn't be where they are right now if it wasn't for their wives. So let's congratulate the Golden State Warriors and their wives for helping them to get to this such monumental feat here. Other than that, that's sports.
This shit is crazy.
It is what
like and subscribe to the channel, man.
Subscribe to the channel. As y'all can see again, as you can see again, and I know we was ragging on KD earlier, but as you can see, the three of us have on our Uncensored Minds shirts. Hit us up in the Uncensored Minds email thing. You got the shirts, the red shirts with our names on the side. Got the originals right there, the white and the black. And we also want to support channels like Raw Honey. Excuse me, Raw Honey, Karen's Corner, Telemade Kicks, and also Friday Night Lights. So whenever you see us representing one of our very own, we're doing it with much love and respect. I had a Karen's Corner shirt on earlier today. You know what I mean? Friday Night Lights is here. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. you're going to see us in our Telemade Kicks, and you're also going to see us in our Raw Honey shirt. So just because one has one on, we're all supportive of each other. So you can go out there and support us as well. T-shirts are available, all sizes. They are shipped out fast. Unlike Marilyn, who can't wait. You know what I mean? We love her. Even though she beat us up for her shirt. Which is dope, but that just lets her know that, you know what I mean, she rocking with us. So stuff like that we welcome. Other than that, let's just make this week a prosperous, enjoyable, beautiful week. As you can see, all the stuff that's going on around us, all the craziness, all the strife, all the hell. Let's just make this always a safe place to come, enjoy each other, and grow. Again, we are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Music. Pretty soon, we're going to be in magazines. So we just want y'all to support us as much as y'all possibly can. We appreciate everybody that was on here tonight, watching us, commenting, always laughing and vibing with us. As y'all can see, we can battle with each other, but at the end of the day, we all come together and we hug on each other and we love on each other because we are family.
Hold on now. No hugging.
No hugging.
No hugging. No
hugging.
It's not allowed.
No hugging. All right. So we come together and we high five each other when we see each other. And we explain to our significant other why we high five them. Right. But that's a story for another day. So continue to support us as y'all always do.
Yeah.
Sunday nights at 9 p.m., Wednesdays at 8. And you can catch Karen always on the move. You can catch Aisha and Raw Honey always spicing it up in the bedroom and all other places. You can catch me and T every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Telemade Kicks, doing our thing.
Can I say one thing, guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Shout out to Ro. We
No,
want to make sure we shout out to Ro. Ro, she was an inspirational guest this week. Again, we want to make sure we support her, her son, and all their endeavors, in their roles that they play and that they got going on. All right, Aisha.
Yeah. So I just want to say, I've been very transparent in regards to my mother, who is battling stage 4 colon cancer. And I did say that it had, I don't know, but I might have said that it did spread to her lungs again. I just want to ask everybody for their prayers. She's having her 4th surgery, another lung resection on Tuesday. So I'm just asking for the prayers, the prayer warriors, to send some love up for my mother, that she comes through this one again, squeaky clean. And we just need all the love and support and prayers up, guys. Thank you.
All right, KD. Last words, KD. We all on punishment. We all on punishment.
Last word, y'all. I'm sorry, but y'all know I just have to go off. But I love my guys. Aisha, your mom sincerely have my prayers. You have my prayers because I know that it is just as hard on you with having to go through that. Plight of a man. Y'all, let's love our men. Yeah, I get a little crazy with them, but I do love my black men, especially these two right here. I love these guys. I can talk about them, but I would not allow anybody else to talk about them. It would be a fight to the finish. So let's support our black men. Let's show them that they are loved. They are appreciated because, truth be told, ladies, we couldn't make it without them, and we know we could not. We want their love. We want their support. We want their security. We need our black man. So let's uplift our black man daily. Even when we forget what they go through, think about it, reflect on it, and let's uplift them and build them up the way they should be built up because they are our kings.
Yes.
I know we talked about the plight of a man. Beautiful testimony. I want to give a shout out to some inspirational men that we have here in our family. Hustle Tez, great guy. Always supporting our hustles, always supporting our movements, always making sure that we vibing and rocking and rolling. He's a real good dude. You know what I mean? Follow and support him. He got a great movement as well. And also my boy John Klein as well, who supports and follows the show religiously. So it's people like that that's be behind the scenes that is doing the dirty work on top of what you see us doing. So those are the people that's continuing to help move our platform forward, and individuals like y'all who always support us. So thank you for continuing to support us across the board, whether you're in Philadelphia or you're in China. We appreciate you immensely.
I say it all the time, man. More love and less stress, man. More love and less stress.
Yeah. Y'all gotta join it. We gotta join the S gang. Gotta get KD in the S gang.
What up? S gang.
Yeah, gang.
That's the problem. S gang. Slurp it, suck it, spin on it, suck it.
Spin. Spin.
Get a shirt. All right, next week is Memorial Day weekend, right? A lot of people been hitting in the inbox. Now y'all coming on Memorial Day weekend. We coming on every day, every Sunday. Don't matter what we doing. Sunday we will be here 9:00. Hey, your asses here. If y'all out at a barbecue, hook the TV up outside. And if Miss Pearly walks through your lawn and don't speak to you, then call KD. She'll get with her.
Let me see, man. Prayers out to Cynthia. Prayers out to Marilyn. Prayers out to Felicia.
Ice, Cynthia, ice for that sciatica.
Prayers out to our people, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Felicia, man. She said just swallow it, man.
Swallow it.
Oh shit.
S gang.
That's on gang.
It is. S gang it up, man. We love y'all, man. We love y'all, man. We gotta get out. We gotta get out of here.
All right.
Y'all have a great week.
Bye.
All right, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.